Morning, everyone. My name is Ace. We're gonna try doing a different project today. I might start some 3D, but what I'm planning on doing today is working on some channel art. And I might as well just do that on stream. I think I have a few ideas here for some emotes and whatnot. So what I'm going to do is we're just gonna draw. We're gonna have some drawing. Okay, I haven't drawn in a while. Let's see how this goes. How's everybody doing? I hope we had a great weekend. I didn't get to do Minecraft. I had a busy weekend, and my mom, I was helping my mom out over her house. She had a fever that she's still fighting. I'm at to check on her later, so we won't go as long as usual, but hopefully everything will be okay. I hope you have a great week. I'm gonna try to circle back to Minecraft. I was planning on playing that this weekend, but I didn't get a chance to. Well, stream it. I didn't get a chance to. I did play a little bit of it, but I didn't get a chance to stream it. But it should be all right. Hey, 99, welcome. Thank you. Um, let's see here. I'm gonna grab some references real quick. Everything is fine with the 3D project so far. Um, I am we're I'm going to have it set up. Actually, I already have it set up. I'm actually ready to move on to the next part. We're done with retopology. I just have to uh, apply the mirror, and then we can go on. But retopology is done, so there it is. Yeah, we're gonna do some 2D art today. Yeah, we're gonna do some 2D art, and let's see where that takes us. We haven't drawn since the summer. It's almost been a year since we've drawn. We'll be okay. Actually drawing. I've been sculpting mostly. I'm trying to get my practice sculpt done so I can do another proof of concept as far as how I want my art, and then I'm gonna try to get some animation practice in using that same model. But that's neither here nor there. You have not seen that project yet, but you will. Um, just give me 1 second. I am gathering some stuff. Oh yeah, your message. Hold on. I waiting for my phone to load Discord here while simultaneously gathering references. Let's see. Let's see. Can't see because I have my pad. I bring my tablet out toward me. That's why it's much more white and you can't see the colors as much from my computer. All you see is the white page that you can see right, right up. No, not that way. This way, right here. You can see that. That's the light. Oh, I am not sure about that. Um, I kind of don't want to do gaming on the supposed art days. That kind of throws me off a little bit. And Saturday, that's reserved for bonus chill streams. Like Minecraft. I'm not sure. We'll figure something out though. We'll figure something out. Uh, well, shucks. And plus, my schedule might be changing in the near future again anyway, so we'll just have to see. Everything's in flux, but I will not be stopped. I will not be stopped. Okay, we will make it. We will do it. Let's see what do we got here. What can we do? I was thinking of something from Final Fantasy 11. So it'll be something from that. I got something for I kind of like an idea. Yeah, that's fine, 99. That's okay. Yeah. We can always, we don't have to grind it, you know. That's our thing. We can do it at any time, okay? Yeah, that's fine. Um yeah, I have some ideas for 11, and it's kind of related to what we've already, the kind of, I guess, quote unquote, the memes of this channel. Okay, something to do with, treasure, loot, things like that. So, it'll be along those lines. I'm going to make something involving the coffers today. What I can't decide on is the channel point. Well, I mean, I have some ideas, but I haven't locked it down. I haven't locked down the channel point. So what I'm going to do is I'll probably return to that. Loud as trumpets. No, 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 no. The treasure chests. I'm gonna make a treasure chest, and uh it's gonna be like the ones in 11, basically. I need all the colors though. All of them. Actually, I think I don't have red, do I? Actually, you know what? I don't like the red chests. I never liked the red chests. The red chests are not they're my least favorite. Actually, no, they're not my least favorite. The brown chests are kind of ugly, to be honest, but I'm gonna use them anyway. And well, red's probably like my second least favorite. I like the gold ones. Those are my favorite ones. I'm trying to find like a bag, like the bag like with jewels coming out of it. Maybe that can be the channel points. I probably should have done this sooner, but oops. Here we are. Let's see. Game art. I don't even know what the heck happened to the other. Actually, I did grab some treasure chests, but I don't know what I did with them. Yeah, I want to use the prismatic chest as well. And yeah, it's a little weird. I might change the colors, honestly. Kind of make it my own. It doesn't because we're not. It's gonna be a while before you see 11. So I kind of like want to do something inspired by it, but not exactly make it the theme of the channel because we don't even we haven't streamed 11 yet on this channel. So yes, just bear with me here. We're gonna make it. We're gonna do it. I want something that's open. The only problem is I see closed ones, but I don't see open ones. That's that's uh, that's unfortunate. Okay, here's a brown one. I just need the colors really. I can figure out the rest. It's not like I need something crazy for a freaking treasure chest, okay? I know how to draw a treasure chest. I just want it to look like the ones in 11. Okay, let me see. Hold on, because it keeps saying images.jpg. You can't hear the thing because I don't have the sound on my computer right now. The prismatic chest would be better if it changed in color. They were like, let's splatter the brightest color. Yeah, it looks like it was in GoldenEye and somebody put on paintball mode and shot it up. That's what it looks like to me. Which Final Fantasy is this chest in? Is that 12? I don't want to get distracted here. I'm already distracted. What is this? Ad block? I mean, yes, get out of here. What is? Oh, that's got to be 10. That's got to be Final Fantasy 10. That's 13. No, I just want 11. I just wanted to see what that was. Sorry, you can't really see what I'm seeing, but because I don't want to show anything that might pop up that I don't know. Twitch might not agree with, even though I'm just looking at chests. And that's 14. I don't want to use the 14 chests. I don't like Final Fantasy 14 as much as 11. I'm sorry, okay? I'm 11. I'm an 11 man, and that's just the way it is. Plain and simple. Although, can I just get an open one? All the open ones are just mimics. Maybe I should put a mimic in. I download every Final Fantasy again and may start playing them. Oh, nice. Yes. I'm gonna do that. I'm probably gonna try to do that after Zelda. I'm trying to like focus on Zelda being the next thing after Shadow Hearts, which we should be able to get to this Friday. That right now, that is the only day that I am kind of willing to do two streams on, and it'll both be for Shadow Hearts because we're gonna try to get um the progress in. That's a Mantrove. Okay, so that's in a perspective. All right. Oh, here's the prismatic chest. Yeah, I wanted to see it because I might swap the colors a little bit. You may have to think of some other colors that kind of not that don't clash with each other. Two. Okay, I have to name them all. But I do like the perspective. Something I just want to use something that is that I can just recolor. I don't know. Maybe you can use it for I don't know, like tiers or whatever. I don't for the subscribers if that ever happens. But why can't I? Okay, I'm just gonna have to go to Final Fantasy 11 wiki. Amon Trove. Yeah, 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 yeah. That's the one. But you can't even see the design underneath because of all the garish textures. So I'm gonna need a different one, and then I can just recolor that one. But I like the perspective of this one. This is exactly what I was looking for. I'll just have to use another reference. That's fine. I can do it. It's within my powers, within my skills. I already have that one. Okay, so I have everyone but blue. I want to try to use the let's see if we do use blue. I want to use that same blue, but I haven't seen. Oh wait, yeah, I have. What the heck? There's a blue one right here. That's good enough. I like the blue one. Blue one's probably my second favorite, if not first, because it's blue and gold. Only problem is there. It seems like somebody stole all the pixels, and it's not something that I might be able to use as a reference. 9 and 10 had good looking chests. Yeah, I gotta play those. I gotta play them. I gotta play them. I want to open one too with treasure in it. That's what I want. Can I just see? Maybe. Okay, that is a mimic. We're getting mimics instead of because I see there's a texture. If you look close enough, there's a texture on the chest where you can see the individual boards, the painted boards underneath the gilding, I guess you would call that. The trim, the metal trim. I want that. I want to try to keep that in. And that's not in the gold chest at all because the gold chest is like solid gold, I guess. Hey, why is it so hard to find a? You know what? If I had half a mind, I would have just logged in and just took my own references. That would be better. Let's see. Save 9 for the remake. Uh yeah, but I already have 9. I don't want to buy it over again if it's just a fresh coat of paint. Oh wait, you mean remake? Like you mean like they did 7? Well, I gotta still play it because you got to see what they changed, right? I'm not gonna know if I'll just play the remake. I don't know. At least that's how I kind of do want to still play the original. All right, we can use that. Yeah, we'll use this, and then um, yeah, I did not plan this out. I'm sorry. I was gonna honestly. I'm kind of trying to kind of relax a bit on the 3D because it's starting to. I'm starting to feel like I need to take a break from that a little bit. So that's like the main reason why we're doing this. Uh, but I might try to get some practice in on stream, just a little bit, just very little, Maybe at the end, I don't know. I gotta see how I feel. I might just do my practice scope offline, and then when I feel like streaming this, hopefully tomorrow, we'll go ahead and continue the project. Sorry, I'm not. I don't want to scratch my head because I shaved it. Very sensitive scalp skin. I don't like scratching it. I don't even like touching it sometimes. Anyways, let me see what a bag of Alexandrite looks like. They don't have a picture of Nigel tokens. Otherwise, I would use that as well. Nigel tokens is channel points. I don't like collecting Nigel tokens. I've always liked the color of the Alexandrite in the Final Fantasy 11. It's like it's I think it's not it's like a more subdued color of the home point crystal. Oh, that's really small, but we can work with that. All right, I think I have everything now. Let me just arrange it to where we can use it as a reference, and we should be all right. That's enough of that. Let me minimize that window too. Put it back on MooBot. All right. Games reference. I have my references. All right, I got a freaking. I might have to trim my mustache. I keep feeling it like tickle my nose. I don't like that at all. Yes, it's I don't remember what I was saying. I'm sorry. Going doing okay. We're gonna leave that there. We're gonna have this. We got some ideas now. We have some stuff that we can do. Also, I want to make a coming up ace emote. I'm just gonna do that since that's something that I've been saying a lot. We're gonna make that in we're gonna put that make that an emote. And yeah, that's really maybe a dance emote, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. It's for the color. This is I think I got everything that I oh yeah, let me put the Millennium Coin purse here just in case I get to that today. I want to do at least one of these today. So and you know what? I'm gonna blow that up so large because it's such a small icon that I need to I want to be able to see it clearly. Because I'm just gonna do that. I think I have an idea of what that's supposed to be, and I can just use that. Uh, maybe go like just as something that we have a basis of what it's supposed to look like, and we'll just kind of take our liberties with it. All right, so we have an open treasure chest, we have a closed treasure chest. We got it all. Okay, we got it all. What are we doing? What are we doing? Where's my stylus? I had to dig my stylus. My stylus was trapped underneath my computer, and my glove was had fallen behind my desk. It's a little dusty. All right, so I still need my keyboard because we need Control Z. We're going to try something today. Something we haven't done in a while. Some digital art. All right, I'm gonna try that perspective. Let's see. Let's see what we can do here. All right, hang on because I'm moving the wrong window now. My stylus is actually moving my my other monitor for some reason. Where's my pen? Wacom pen, whatever the hell's app. Oh, not Wacom. I'm sorry, Huiyin. There we go. There it is. All right, that's a blend, obviously. What in the world is going on here? Am I moving it? Oh, it's not even black. And there's no history going on. Something is horribly wrong right now. First of all, I have no control over this. I can't even select this window. What is happening? Why does it always have to be a problem? Oh. I know why, because the color settings are on my other window and it's not letting me do anything. Okay, we still have no control. What in the world? Boyata Moss? Oh, that's actually a great idea. Boyata Moss. I should do that actually. Instead of the linen coin purse, maybe we can save that for a different idea. Yeah, you know what? The more I think about that, yeah. All right, hold on, wait. Let me get my tablet working first, and then I will add that to the list of things because I think I'm liking that idea. The more I think about it, yeah, indeed. Okay, let me click this. Device is not disconnected, by the way. It says the device is disconnected, which is not true. Right? Let's see. I'm sorry, my head's all in the camera. It should just be plug and play. I don't know why it's not. Okay, hold on. Yeah. All right, we're getting something here, but it's on the wrong. It's on the thing. It's just not on the. It's on the test. Okay, escape to exit. Oh, still not drawing. What in the world? All right, hold on. I gotta troubleshoot my monitor. Okay, so let me just install the new drivers, and then we can get to we can get to drawing here. I don't want to draw this on a mouse. I can do that with 3D. It's much easier for me to draw a mouse on 3D. But 2D, I will not. I don't draw that way. That's not how I learned to draw, so I can't do it. I don't have the skill for that. I've drawn with a mouse before, and it was just not for a long time. I do not want to try to draw with a mouse right at this second. Let's see. Okay, I have to open the driver. Where is it? Where's the driver? Device diagnosis, please. I mean, it's working on the thing. I don't know why it's not. You know what's funny? I actually done that before. All right, hold on. Let's see. Paint. Sorry, that part of the screen is on right behind my tablet. Okay, import. No. Set preferences. Was it preferences? Tablet. Oh, let me try to go in here and see. No, it didn't work. Why can't I find preferences? It's in alphabetical order. No, I had it on WinTab for a reason. Specified monitor. It should be monitor 3. Not 2. Oh wait, no, this should be fine. Actually, because 2 and 3 are together. What in the world? Test testers. I'm sorry about this. No, usually it should be plug and play, but apparently something was changed in a year that should not have been. Something happened. I don't know what. The cord is not in a way. This tablet has not moved. It stayed in the corner where I could see it. And here we are. I know it needs to be on WinTab, so I'm gonna leave it there. But I thought it could see the tablet on through Clip Studio, but I guess not. It shouldn't be, the device should not be disconnected. So let me just go ahead and just go back to the drivers and just reinstall them. First of all, where is the driver? That's the app. I need the driver. Yes. What? Oh wait, cancel. I need the okay. Where's the new driver? What I'm going to do is we're going to reinstall the driver, or not reinstall, but I'm going to find the new driver and install it. Driver. Download center, yes. It is a display. Oh, hold on. Script is off. I'm looking at the types of drivers here. Okay. I'm going to download the Windows version. Only hope that this is the right one. A 7-Eleven guy gave me a free walnut brownie. Was it from uh an actual company? Hope it's good. I haven't had one of those in many years. Little Debbie, install it now. Are we good? What happened? Yes. Oh, the 7-Eleven branded brownie. Okay, I had the Little Debbie ones years and years ago, and then eventually when they started putting like the miniature M&Ms in them, I had those too, but not for a long time. I might have a soft cookie every now and then, but I try not to eat too many sweets these days. Uh, is it loading? Or all right, I guess it's loading. I gotta wait for it to load. I'm so sorry. This was not anticipated. I do not want to try to draw this with the mouse. Oh man. Yeah, it's just the one. It's the one. Yeah, we got the USB C and then the power. Yeah, okay. Everything should be fine. Should be only one thing connected here. Right? I hope so. Comic running. Who? I don't know who that is. What is wrong with this device? Okay, you know what? Let's back up. Where's the dang drivers? Oh, everything's going wrong. I don't know what happened. I did not touch this thing in almost a year as far as actually using it for its intended purpose, which is a tablet. I've been using it as a monitor, and for some reason my stylus is not working on it. So I'm trying to troubleshoot that. And my previous fixes are not working. No, that is not what we're looking at. Huion 60. These are all tablets. We need displays. Okay. That's definitely a new driver. Definitely. So we're going to go for that. Yes, uninstall it and let's come on, let's go. We're on the clock here. Yeah, I do actually. I do want to uninstall it. What's the exact problem? My stylus, this thing right here. You know what a stylus is. I can't draw on my tablet with it. That's a big problem. Clip Studio settings were unchanged, so I'm guessing it has something to do with the driver. Maybe there was a Windows change that. Okay. Yeah, I agree. Yes. Install. That's literally it. I just need it to. It's not reading. The firmware is not reading my device. This is new. This is a new program, by the way. All right, are we good? Where's Huion? Huion. Where's Huion? Can we please? Pretty please. You know, I knew I should have attempted this yesterday. Just so I know it would work. Yeah, it's not even registered. I need the app on so I can tell the device to look at this tablet and not number one. That's the problem that I'm having right now. I know exactly what needs to happen. It's just the driver's not reading my device. So I mean, that's probably more of the answer that you were looking for. My app is not reading my tablet here. You open Clip before making any changes to your tablet. You have to close clips all together and set working area to the. Yeah, I know that. That's what I'm trying to do. It's not reading it. But I'm going to close everything and the other window because I did not do that. Okay. X that out. X that out because I don't know why that's even there. It's not even working. Okay, it's reading it now. What do you know? That was after I got the new driver. I think the driver may have just worked. All right, and it may have been Clip Studio being closed out too. I actually don't know because I did both at the same time. So here we are. Okay, we're gonna restart Clips. It is now blue. It was gray before, but now it's blue. So something good happened. We're good now. I think we're good. All right, let me get the thing back on here. All right. I got to tell the tablet to working area. Boom. That was all I needed to do. It just wasn't reading the program. All right, there we go. Okay, wait on, wait. We still have a problem here. Still have a problem. Okay, it's registering this as the correct thing. It's still not drawing. Add a program. Okay, I got to re-add my programs. Oh my god. Why? Why? That's Clip Studio. Hang on, wait. Okay, Clip Studio Paint, right. I'll just add that too, just in. Right. Now the thing is appearing, but it's still not drawing. So let's see. Why is this? Why did this even change? Let me try tablet PC now. Ah, there we go. Now suddenly WinTab is the wrong one. Okay, we're back on track. We got it. We got it, everybody. We got it. All right. Sorry about that. Stuff happens. I have everything set to where it's just plug and play. I don't have to think about it. All I gotta do is turn it on. And something with that driver happened since last summer. And yeah, there you go. That's what happened. Because I had to redo my program, so the driver being uninstalled probably just reset everything. It's coming up ace once again. Yeah, I'm gonna try to do that today. I'm gonna try to make that. I got an idea for it and everything. It's gonna be. I'm looking for some Vegas lights type stuff. Probably do some like a. I'll probably do like a animated slot machine, but I don't know. I guess it'll just be my icon 3 times, like it'll spin and it'll say clink, clink, clink. That's very easy to do. Very easy to do. Uh, okay, so we need let's eraser. My okay, I'm just testing the sensitivity here by doing this. Also, everything's just, I don't know. This tablet seems close and far away at the same time. I don't know why. Maybe I'm not close enough to it, and I gotta adjust my camera because every time I move, I have to adjust it because I have it zoomed in onto me. Okay, sorry about this. Didn't These were unanticipated unanticipated changes, curveballs, if you will. All right, but we got it all together. As long as I can draw, okay. I can't even see that line. If I remember correctly, I did brush size 3, but that's very light. Well, that's fine for sketching. Something, yeah. What was it? I used 3, 3, 5, 3, 0, 3.0, 5.0. Yeah, we're gonna work on that. Okay. I may have to redo my sizes. That's important for my line work, but it's not that important that I need to lock down a specific number. It looks like we have to do a little bit of rediscovery here. Plus, my canvas size is really, really large right now. That's probably part of it too. All right. Oh yeah. Well, that'll be channel points. Boyadamos. I don't know. Should I use that? I'll think about it. I'll think about it. We're gonna do the treasure chest, okay? I kind of want to use it though. I'm not gonna lie. Boyadamos. All right. Let's see. Let's bang out a sketch here. It's all coming up base. All of it. Okay, that's flip canvas. I got that set to Shift Z. That's what you're seeing right now. All right. I just wanted to make sure that worked. All right. And I want it to flip in the sense that the canvas itself does not move. This is very disorienting. That's a little better. I really should just lower the size. Actually, why even is it 10,000 by 10,000 anyway? I think it was for my offline screen. I don't know. That's the best thing I can do. Let's shrink this down a little bit. That's a little too much. How about this? There we go. All right. We got to get reused to doing things here. That's at 100. That's still too much, I think. Bold for emotions because they shrink to 200 by 200. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, I need to adjust some things here. I don't know what the heck. I was drawing some very big art. My offline screen was actually very large and I shrunk it down. But I'm gonna revisit that because I wasn't sure at first how I was gonna do it, and I was working it out as I was going along, and it turned out the way I wanted, but not at the. It wasn't like I feel like I could have done it a little better because there were some things I kind of like did a shortcut on, so I can go back and I'm gonna go back and revisit it one day and like update it. I just wanted something there at the time. Let me see, the heck, camera size edits. Why can't I find it? Okay, there we go. Wow, a little discombobulated. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna make it. How about 1,000 by 1,000? I just want something that I can control easier because flipping the canvas with a scroll there is not doesn't seem like that's gonna help me very much. Yeah, it should be like that. A little bit. Like no, yeah, this is better. But that movement there, that's gonna like if like I feel like that can throw me off. Oh, why is it getting larger? Why is this? This is 100. We should just leave it like this. No, no, you can't. You're not gonna be able to tell if anything's off if it's like shunt over here, it's jutting over here. It's not. That feels like that's not very. It's very counterproductive. That's a little better. I still don't like the movement, but maybe we can work like this. Let's try. Okay. I just don't want. I want to be able to tell if something's off without the whole thing moving because that's gonna really throw me off. All right, here we go. See, now this is 3. That's super bold to me. That's super duper bold, and we don't want to draw it out right away. I want to sketch it. 2, 1. Okay, here we go. I can center it at any time, I think. So I'm just gonna. I don't want to sketch. I don't want to chicken scratch it because that is a bad habit of mine. I'm trying to unlearn that to this day. Okay. Honestly, I mean, my pictures turn out very well when I get what I want, but my sketching kind of sucks. I'll be the first to admit that. But we're going to try to work all that stuff out. That's kind of the purpose of why I draw and stream. It helps me learn. It helps me get better. I feel like it helps me get better. I don't have the right size. I don't have to write anything. It's either too large or too small. What the heck? All right, that's fine. No, it's not. It needs to be smaller than that. About 35. Is that better? I guess so. All right, let's see what we got. Let's see we can get what we want today. Oh, apparently hitting the buttons is not good. Sketching doesn't need to be good in any way. It's only reason to show you where you need to place the lines. Exactly. That's how I view it. That's why I'm not really worried about the sketch itself. Okay. Yeah, we're not using this tie-dye color. We're not using this tie-dye color. We're going to we're going to use our own colors for this particular one. See if I can get something going here. The finish line is what counts. My chest is a little bit more vertical. It's okay. It doesn't need to be perfect. I haven't drawn in a year, so you're gonna see what it not drawing for a year looks like. And we're definitely not sketching treasure chests. So if I was drawing a person right now, I would have the utmost confidence. Actually, I mean, I'm confident now. I'm just saying, I wouldn't be worried about anything because I know it's going to turn out fine. Because that's I'm still kind of drawing people. Never stop doing that. Just doing it in a different medium. And I've already seen the effects of sculpting on that. But sculpting is not. I probably does not help me here because this is not a person. It's a chest. It's a treasure chest. It's a treasure chest that you're probably going to see. This treasure chest right here is going to be the basis of a lot of things. Okay. I can use it for a badge. I can use it for, well, I was going to use it for channel points, but we're looking at other things for that now. Maybe an emote. No, I want the open one for emote. Like if I find some loot, I want to see, like, I want to have like the open treasure chest. I have that ready to go right now. So we'll see how long it takes for me to get through this. And let's see. The best thing to do would be to start with the geometry since it's a sketch. Kind of like box that out. I did one side and I started drawing out what I'm seeing because that's usually how I do. But for this, I think working on the basic shape, which is basically a rectangle, uh, might be a little bit more helpful here. Let me see. Do this. Try to keep this the same distance. I can already see this line is going up into this line, so we got to fix that. That's not good at all. Uh, oh, we're gonna get it. And this is kind of a weird angle. This is where you would turn the paper, but we're not in that medium. I mean, I guess I could turn the canvas, but I'm not gonna do that. What I like to do is just train my hand to draw in a specific position. Right now, I'm sketching like this. I normally sketch like this. I'm sketching the line like away from my wrist, which is a little weird, and that's why I'm kind of like taking baby steps here. I know a lot of people use the click drag line. I've never done that. I should though. That would be very helpful. Where is it supposed to stop? I don't know. I guess I can widen it with the transform or not. Maybe I could just leave it like this. I don't know. I didn't even finish the top. I zoomed out my reference here just because. All right. This is straight. This is ripped. This is straight from the video game reference of a treasure chest. It might be better to complete this line first. You see, I'm kind of jumping around everywhere. Says how often I draw basic shapes. So, other than a circle, I do circles all the time. That's the only problem with Dragonline. It's maximum thickness. Oh yeah, yeah. I see almost every artist that I watch does their lines that way. I used to think like, since I'm self-taught, like I'm sure a lot of those people are too. Like, am I doing something wrong? Because I see everything that everyone does, I don't do. Maybe I'm just an unorthodox type or something. I don't know, man. It doesn't matter. I don't need to be labeled. I'm gonna get there. Okay. I know the results that I can put out. It's just the way I get there is just a little bit different. Just a little bit. It's okay. But every now and then I do see a technique that I'm like, yes, that's actually really good, and I'm going to start using that. Like the color burn and dodge for grayscale. I used to just guesswork grayscale, and that's just not really fun to do when the values kind of get lost in the on the way. So I kind of did away with scale for a while, so I can have a little bit more freedom with the color. But yeah, 100 rulers. Yeah, see something here. And this is how straight it should be. That's where my sketch is. And then we can just draw over that line. I don't feel like drawing. I guess I'm just not drawing it straight enough. I can see what the problem is though, so I'll figure out how to fix it. This is, you know what? Yeah, you know what? Let me just start with that. I'll just draw over this line at the thickness of my choosing. Oh wait, hold on, wait. Let me do that again. I want the chest a little bit wider, maybe about that wide. That's a little bit closer to what I'm looking at. I can't see because of my hand here. Okay, now I don't look right. That's oh, let's see. Let me get rid of my lines, which are slightly crooked, because we're gonna do those again. It should be just a little bit wider. We'll draw over that later. I think that would. Oops. I think that would work. Maybe. Oh, that's slightly crooked. And it's go straight up. It's like when I pull it off, it kind of gets a little. I was going to stream after you finish, but they are doing lawn stuff very loudly today. Oh no. Yeah, there's a lot of that. Well, wait, today? Because, well, I don't know, it's kind of wet, but I don't know. I guess we had some rain this morning. Okay, that's a little better. That looks a little. Let's see. Yeah, okay, that doesn't look too bad. Looks more or less the same. we just got to make the top match the bottom. I was gonna say it still feels like it's not wide enough, but we're gonna go with this wideness. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't have to be exact. I just want a nice treasure chest to have. Nice little treasure chest. Okay. It's just so it's nice and straight. Okay. Right now, we're not drawing a straight line right now. So we're gonna use the lines. We're going to use the lines. I'm gonna have to do a lot of this for like backgrounds and whatnot. These guys don't care about it being wet. They got clear police ponchos. Oh man. Did not have to complete that line, but I did it anyway. Also, this line right here, I don't know about this here. That was a little bit off. Uh-oh. Just a little bit. I feel like this end is a little bit wider than that end. If you use your brush and hold shift, it may feel more comfortable to you. Yeah, this is what they were doing. That's exactly what it was. I was wondering what exactly what they were with how they were doing those straight lines. Now I know. Oh, that's the wrong brush. Let me try to erase this line here. That's good. That's actually exactly what I don't use a lot of shortcuts in Clip Studio. That's the correct perspective. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, yeah. I don't do a lot of I don't I honestly don't do a lot of perspective. That's why and that usually is like most of my planning as a result because I don't do a lot of it. So that's kind of the reason why I wanted to opt for using my 3D models as reference because that's the first thing that I can recognize that would be off. No, sometimes like most of the time I get it right, but there are some some perspective shots. I do perspective shots all the time because I don't do a lot of perspective. I usually just draw a character's head on or side or whatever. But I started doing more 3/4 views, low angles, high angles, just because I know that's what I need to practice. And in a comic, at least not one that would be visually dull, you're going to see a lot of perspective. So I wanted to make sure that was as good as I can get it. And the best way to do that would be to just use, a good reference. Last year I practiced perspective for most of the year. It took me forever to understand. Slow learner. I used Google Images on the fly. Most of the time it worked, but I really had to extrapolate. And sometimes, people would tell me, yeah, the perspective was just a little bit off. I'm like, yeah, I can see that being the case because that was a weak point of mine. Um, it would have taken me forever to do this when I first learned digital. uh, let's try to sketch in the top here. What I want to do. Wait, hold on. I gotta switch over to my reference real quick. It's Alt Shift and H. There we go. Much better. All we gotta do is just draw this a little bit. It's pretty much the side of the chest there. It's just a nice closed chest. It's nice and closed. I'll erase the lines later. And I need a second line for this little rid, this edge here, this corner. That's good. So I'm just gonna go back to line. I'm not even gonna try to draw it, even though I have a nice guiding line right there. I'm just gonna do this. This will be much easier for me to do. We're gonna kind of extend it just a little bit all the way to this line right here. Close enough. When I let it go, it kind of jutted out a little bit more, and then I'll just erase the excess. There we go. That's done. We're gonna have to erase these lines because they're gonna get confusing if we just leave them all in there. Oh, you know what I should do? Never mind. I'm not gonna do that. Okay, we just have to match this, and my hand is covering it, but I'm gonna try to match this with the other side. Or maybe I could just stop to about right here and then take this line across using the line tool, because we might as well just do that. We might as well just take the line tool across. Like so, all the way to here. Make sure it's, oh, okay. We'll just erase that little tiny bit. All right, so. Okay. I think that's good enough. I think that's a good basic shape for a treasure chest. It's just a treasure chest. Surely we can handle that. We draw people all the time. People are way more harder than this. Um, and that's like my strong point is drawing people. They're like the hardest thing to draw, though. I'm gonna start erasing these lines. I kind of want to. There's a nice gilded pattern in this chest. I want to sketch that in, and that's going to be probably the hardest part of the drawing is getting the pattern right. It's a very intricate pattern, but it will serve as the basis for whatever color I decide to use for this chest. Anything can be hard to draw if you're not used to it. That's why fundamentals are important. Yeah, it's really up to how you learn. You know, you don't have to learn all the fundamentals all at once. That's why I always say just draw what you are invested in drawing and learn the fundamentals on the way. Because not everyone is going to learn everything all at once. Just pick it up as you go. I think that's better to do it that way. Okay, now we just gotta get this line. Go ahead and just back this up. Okay, so far so good, I think. I didn't think about the lock. We're gonna have to add an additional geometry for the lock. That's okay though. I know how I can do that. I can sketch the center line and use that as a guide. And that's kind of the center, all right. Well, sort of. Maybe we can kind of just freehand the center. That's not the center. That doesn't look like the center. That's not the center. My hand is blocking this. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. All right, let me see. Okay, that's the center. Yeah, that's close enough to the center. Just I only really need that line. I don't need to do this all the way up, but I'm doing it anyway. All right. Let me see here. Okay. This comes out a little bit. And how about we do it like that? Then we can. I need to get the shape here. I can't see it on the the prismatic chest. I have to look for something dark like the gold chest, which is of course my favorite chest. I'm gonna make it more gold. It appears here that it's affected by the light, and it looks like they're using Windor because there's lighting. It's a red area, so it makes it look more brown. Um, but inside of like a Mog house, it's much more closer to gold. It looks like the Imperial Serpent flag, but on the chest, on the gold chest anyway. Oh, that reminds me. What does it remind you of? And also, that one does not have a lock on it. There are different gold chests. I just noticed that. Huh. And the pattern is much more intricate on that one too. All right. We're just going to have to deal with that when the time comes. Found a video that shows off the new shaders and it makes the game look modern. 11. I need to see these shaders. You're talking about 11, right? Yeah, you have to kind of change your eye from left to all the way to right. Kind of, it's hard, really hard to. Well, it's not that hard to see. I can tell that it's not super different. It probably just needs to be centered. The entire drawing just needs to be centered more. But it doesn't. I don't see any apparent mistakes that I've made here. I'm trying to get the right thing going. I had it right, but I guess I kept zooming in. I don't know. I may have to adjust this line. I think the top line. Yes, 11. Yeah, I need to see this. I need to see these shaders. I was looking at somebody play Anarchy yesterday, and it looks like they got some shaders too. I don't know what the heck they did, but it looked almost like World of Warcraft, but with the Anarchy art style, not the cartoon. It's like World of Warcraft kind of has like a more cartoony style. It didn't look like that. It looked like Anarchy style, but more modern graphics. Okay, that's perfect. I think this line needs to be brought up more. That's what I'm thinking. And this line brought up a little bit more too. Which one to use? Okay, I'll take a look at it in a bit. Let me try something. I'm going to make sure that the perspective is right. Now we're going to try to fix this. Okay. All right, I'm gonna switch back to my standard brushes. Well, these aren't really standard, but it's close. I use a Writer brush. I forget where I got these brushes from, but this is close. This is as close to a basic brush as possible. Doesn't have anything fancy on it. That way, if I do want to go back to drawing, I won't have I just won't have Control Z or flip canvas. I can just hold the paper up and in light, and turn it around and see. That's how I used to do it back in the day. I had a light bulb with no cover on it, and I would just hold the paper up and then see that some of my drawings were too slanted, and um, it just takes repetition. But you can get to the point where you won't have to flip your canvas as much. It's still good to do it though, because there's always human error at the end of the day. Actually, I just fixed that line. I feel like it's good now. See, let's go back. Let's fix it the other way. The lock is what we were working on now. I'll leave those lines in for the time being. This video is very dry. It auto played after I was watching another 11 video and I left it in. Yeah, I'm gonna take a look at it and see, because if they are good enough, I'll use them. At least off stream. When we do 11, we're not having any add-ons, no window or nothing. We're gonna go straight vanilla, bare bones. All right, because apparently people will report you. 'Cause that's the kind of community that we got. Even though they're using it, they wonder why nobody streams the game in the first place. It's like, yeah, because you're the reason, you jerk. I'm gonna swap to them. Yeah, I'm gonna take a look at them. I've been doing my malt garden. I just gotta basically I got it to the point. I'm getting it to the point where I can just level my jobs and do dynamis. That's my goal for 11 currently, but I'm just whittling away at it. I'm not really grinding it out for the time being, because I've really been uh wanting to play more Minecraft. I need to work on my Automods world too, my Forever world, because it would be nice to cut loose on that every once in a while. Just build something that is completely redundant and intensive, but my computer can handle it, so it's good. I can put like a billion movement speed on something. Not a billion, but I'm using it's hyperbole, but do some stuff that would normally crash a server, but it wouldn't crash my computer. So my computer can, has a lot of memory on it. I play with 80 gigs of memory, so I can have the maximum distance. I can see everything. It's really fun. The only downside is I'm by myself. That's it. One day, if I ever have the means, I'm going to build a computer just for a server, and then we could just, if there's a way that you could just switch out the game or just put multiple games on the server, we can just do that. Just put Builder's Light on that and all the mods, and you can just switch back and forth, even other games. But um, say like if I get a place that has solar power, I would definitely do that. I would do that in a heartbeat. So that way nobody has to pay for a server. I could just give Judicious, the admin, to change whatever he wants for the Builder's Delight server. I think there's a way you can do that. Because I could build the computer, but I don't, or build a server for it, but I don't want to run up my freaking electric bill. That's all. I already have local server. I play on local servers for Codan and Ark, and on my other computer, I just have them on there. It's just me though. I just did it just because. Okay, there's the lock. Let's see. A hub server that you can custom portal to transport you to other servers. Yeah. One day, it's not outside of the realm of possibility. One day I'm going to do it. I'm just like, okay, just a free server that I don't have to worry about the bill. I'll just leave it on and just be like, yo, put Builder's Light on this. Be all right. As long as nothing happens, you know, to my house, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Or as long as I'm alive anyway, we'll be all right. Just play on it whenever. All right, so that's the lock. Now I need a handle here, and I need to make the keyhole. Of course, it's gonna be a standard. It looks like a standard keyhole. Actually, no, it's just a rectangle. Okay, that kind of makes it easier. We could put a keyhole on ours. You know, it doesn't have to be exact, but I mean, it's gonna be so small, you're not gonna see it. So you're not really gonna see if it's a keyhole or not. I'm gonna put a keyhole line. You know, yeah, we're gonna. This is where we start deviating, and I'm using the line to try to draw a half circle. That's not gonna work. I'm putting a keyhole on mine because that's a baller chest. It needs a baller key. All right, there. Simple, very simple, but the point is across. All right, and that's all. I needed to switch to another chest for that. I'm gonna go back to the chest I was looking at because I really want that pattern on it, and we're gonna be using that. I guess this angle could be part of the gilding that we can just follow the form of it. Speaking of the form, let me just slightly erase that. Did I move this already? Yeah, I sure did. Whoops. We'll be fine. It looks fine. I don't think it's crooked. It's just not centered. That's the problem. It's a little bit closer to this side than that side, as you can see. It just needs to be centered. So we'll center it before we move on. I'm looking at what I should work on next. I'm going to put the handle on the side, and oddly enough, I can see the handle much more clearly on the prismatic chest. So I'm going to go ahead and use that. Oh wait, hold on. No, that's fine. I guess that's fine. Hold on, let me see. Let me do something real quick because this line is going to be here anyway. Oops. Oops. Control Z. I, it's just a now this arch here is kind of needs to be worked on. I may have made a mistake. A mistake. I know what the mistake is too. It is a perspective thing here. You see how this kind of like tapers off into a more horizontal plane. We had that here on the back end, right? But apparently you can see just a smidge of the back corner, this top here on the back. And I guess that just looked off to me. So we're gonna try to recenter this arch here just a little bit, which means we're gonna have to change this line, but that's okay. It's just a straight line. I just want to make sure that we got this the way that we, because you know, we can, if we want to use a different color, we can recolor it. I was thinking I might make BD2 my Forever World single player. Yeah, I thought about that too. Um, but I like technology, so I'm gonna do all the mods. It's going to be all the mods 9. I'm not even sure if I'm going to go to 10 because if I switch again, I'm going to have to restart again, and I'm really tired of restarting every time there's a new all the mods. So it was going to be 8, but 8 I forgot what 9. Some 9 had something that I really wanted, and I don't remember what it was. So and obviously never say never because if they add something in Minecraft that I really want and they make another all the mods, I'll probably switch anyway. It's not hard for me to build my actual build. Just takes like a couple weeks. No, we have Ender IO already, and it's not fully ported. Um, we had it in 8 as well. It's gotten to the point now that I don't even really need Ender IO anymore. It's really based on uh I've really I really feel like Mechanism has replaced a lot of the mods that I normally like Industrial Craft 2, whatever happened to that, that's gone. But Mechanism is basically that plus like I don't know, a billion. Okay, so this needs to be adjusted a little bit. I could have just kept going. I think it was fine. It was just very slight things, but I can see them. I can see these slight things. There was I don't want to. I don't want to leave them there. The purpose is to try to improve. So I like try to fix my. I find ways of fixing my mistakes. Okay, that's fine. That's completely fine. I don't think I need to do any more to the actual form. It looks the same to me. I don't see anything. Okay, back to the handle. No, it was something in basic Minecraft, I think. Everything else is covered. It has space travel, it has RF tools, it has mechanism, it has apotheosis, sonic gear. None of that stuff actually is except for besides mechanism and RF tools, none of that stuff I actually need for my the planned build that I have that I will actually want to make a showcase video of one day, hopefully soon. But they're just mostly nice to have stuff, but there are certain mods that if I see it's in there, I'm like, okay, this is emote, right? No, the emote will be um, I think this will be a badge that I could just recolor. I don't know. But the emote will have an open treasure chest. I think I haven't decided. No, yeah, it will. It will. I think I'm gonna make the Alexandrite bag, the linen coin purse, a badge too. There's really no other well, a pouch to a chest. I don't know. But yeah, there will be a chest for. You know what? Can I make this? I might be able to just erase the top and then just make it open for the emote. Yeah, I might do that. It's the same perspective and everything, so I can do that. The open one, besides compared to the open one, to the closed one. That's not centered. You know what? Why don't I just move this? Can I do it like this? This is where digital art comes in. Scale. Let me just move that. I got some of the line up there, so we're gonna have to fix that. I just want to kind of just center this a little bit more. All right, there we go. Was this Control D? Yeah. Okay. All right. I have to get used to that because that's something completely different in 3D art. But it's nice that I remembered it, so it shouldn't be a big issue. Okay, that's a little better. Now for the handle. I don't want to look at that. I like the jewels inside the open one, so I'll probably use that as a reference. A reference. This prismatic chest really for some reason, I think of Final Fantasy VII when I see these colors, and I think that might be because one playthrough I did like the whole prismatic for the how you can change the background windows. I think I did do that one time to make it kind of like a colorful one, just for the heck of it. I specifically remember doing red, black. I think it starts off blue, like a blue color, right? Solid blue. I did red, black. I did green. I did blue and black, and I think I just did a colorful one. I don't remember which colors. It wasn't all of them, but I did do like something weird. I don't know. And I think that might be the reason. I don't remember if there was anything prismatic in Final Fantasy VII, the original. Was it a spell or I don't know something? Is there a chocobo? Is it a rain? Is there like a rainbow? No, there isn't a rainbow chocobo. Is there? I don't know. Something about these colors are making me think about Final Fantasy, but I think it's the windows. I'm not sure. That is a big handle, by the way. I used to just slide it randomly. It was tragic, and I have no idea why I made those rainbow messes. Yeah, I know I've done that at least once. So I think that's probably why this reminds me of that game. That is a very crooked handle, by the way. Let me fix that. This is actually better than I expected. For not doing this in a year and doing something that I don't think I've ever drawn a treasure chest before. So I'm pretty satisfied with this so far. I'm sorry that we had some, I didn't have it all together at the start of the stream here. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to stream today, but we can do it. We are doing it. I'm trying to stick to my schedule, but it's really been hard lately. Really hard. But we'll get there. All right. Okay, that's not too far off. Oh, I can't draw that in. I've been looking at comics for research. My choice of comic is probably not helpful. It's more about I'm reading Garth Ennis's Crossed, and I don't recommend that comic at all. It is probably the most depraved comic that I've ever read. Worse than The Boys by like a country mile. These are not the type of comics that I want to do, by the way. It just I do like his writing, but the things that he writes sometimes I'm like, well, who thinks of this stuff? But the art's decent, and I look at it for more than just that. Sometimes I look at how things are put on the page. I'm a little worried that once this is the tiny size, it will be lost with the thin lines. Oh no, this is just like I'm going to embolden them. I'm going to do line weight. This isn't going to be well, I don't know, man. The thin ones, the thin line, the thinnest line. Yeah, maybe I should thicken everything. I can see the thinnest line. Like if I use just this as the thinnest line, let's see, this is about a 5, I think. No, I'm at 4 now. Aren't I? 5? Yeah, it's about a 5. Oops, this is the line. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's about a 5. I think probably should go a little bit thicker for the final lines. I'm leaving that there for now. I still need to get the oh yeah, and I gotta think about the pattern on the chest. I may have to thicken them too. Do you have a resolution example of what Twitch will compress it to? No, I don't. I'm just gonna have to see. And if it looks messed up, if it looks jacked up, I'm just gonna have to go come back in here and make it look better. I'm okay with doing that. If it doesn't turn out though, if it doesn't turn out like good in on the website, I'll just redo it. But I might have to embolden everything. And this I'm just gonna color in. It's just a hole. It's a keyhole. Just color it in. Now the pattern on the chest might be a little bit of a problem because of said lines, but I think if I color it a specific way, the colors will make the pattern stand out. We'll see. So I'll just focus on the lines for now because we can color them any color. I think this is pretty much as far as the basic shape. I think we got it, to be honest. All right. Now I got to work on the pattern in perspective. I can't use the prismatic one. It's too bright. I'm gonna try to use it anyway. Uh, it's like a weird, and maybe these lines right here are going to be the smallest. I need to see everything. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Okay. These lines are going to be a pain in the butt, but we're going to do them. All right. So it's, oh my God. Let me just control Z that. Okay. So that is not exactly what I was looking at. I want to erase the entire top because there's like a some gilding that goes straight across, and the pattern goes underneath of that. So we're going to leave that as it is. Let me erase that now. Wasn't there a blue chest with silver gilding or like around it? That is the right word, right? Gilding, a gilded chest, embroidered. No, what was it called? Embellished. Hold on. Am I using the right word here? Because I just used whatever came to covered thinly with gold leaf or gold paint. Okay, it's not gilded. Embellished is definitely the word. A holiday chest. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah. I don't have a picture of that one, but I was thinking about the color scheme. Maybe I could use the color scheme, just silver and blue. That I mean, how hard is that? I could just recolor this one. Um, yeah, I was thinking about that. And it's like it kind of comes up like this, and then it comes over all the way over. I'm gonna stop it right there because there's like a little dip in the center. There's no green chest. Oh wait, actually there are green chests, but it's the wooden one, and it's a Mog House decoration, I believe. I think it was the Buffalo event. Yeah, I gotta see. There's so many chests, and the Mog House has their own chests too. They have different chests. Um, yeah, very, very, very interesting. But yeah, I was already thinking like, okay, since when I play games, I always go after the loot and whatnot. So why not just lean into that a little bit? So here we are. All right, so this embellishment kind of like comes over into the side a little bit. I need to erase some of this top line. Okay. I'm just trying to get a fix on which lines I need to put in first because there's a lot. There's a lot of pattern in this, and it goes in this line. This line should go over, but like in a hump like that, and then we can just erase the bottom. That's what I'm thinking about doing. Just erase that. Okay. And I need to erase this line as well because this and this is all one thing, and then there's like a little bit like of an embroidery type design right here. Like a little thing right there, I guess. I don't even think this will be seen. We'll see. I need to see how it looks in the site, and then I'll change it depending on how it's viewed. I'll change it. This won't go up right away because I have to do a couple of these. I remember the what was it called? Bankero hat or something like that. I got that on my Galka for the Buffalo event. It's like a red what teal um chapeau looking hat, I guess. Chapeau. And a mount, a buffalo mount. I don't remember if there was anything for the log house, but I'm just trying to remember where I saw that chest at. And I know it's in the game. I just don't remember from where. Uh-oh. Let's go ahead and just go back there. And I need to change that line because it's messed up. It's messed up. I messed it up. All right, there we go. And see, this corner kind of goes in a little bit into the behind it. Just a smidge. I would only be able to show that with light. Like if I were to light it, I have to put some of the light back here because the light is coming in from this way. It's like a light the back a little bit, and you'll be able to tell it there. Right now, it just looks like a mistake, but that's the way it is. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mirror the front like so, and then I'm going to put. We're gonna connect. No, I'm gonna connect. I have to connect it from the center. It's kind of weird because that's like a fleshy looking embroidery on the side or embellishment. Kind of like that. And I'll have to do that on this side too. Okay, so what I'm looking at is it's not actually mimicked on each side. This side is different from this side. I don't know if that was a mistake or intentional, but we're going to try to make both sides match up. As I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. Anyone who's played Final Fantasy 11 would probably be, depending on the how it looks, when it's shrunk down, be able to recognize it for what it is. we we have a ways to go. I should just do the entire side. This actually needs to be moved over some. This, all of this should be moved over, centered. Kind of messed up. Or I can move the handle over instead. Oh, it doesn't make. No, that's centered. Let me just cancel that. I'm gonna leave it. I think it'll be fine. Yeah, I'm leaving it. No, you know what? I'm doing it. Let me just do that one again. I think it's the way I started it. Okay. I'm gonna draw this. I think what I'm going to do is center it with the handle, like I should have from the start. But I was more following the pattern itself. No, see now it's It still looks. I know what it is. It's the art. It's the arch. The arch is the problem still, but uh, no, actually, it's not the arch. It's what I drew. What I drew is a problem still. Okay. Arch is not arching. It doesn't help that it's not the same on the chest. That's the problem. Like the near side and the far side do not match. And if I follow it exactly, it's not going to look right to me because it doesn't match on the actual thing either. But we're going to make it match just for ease. Be easier that way. I shouldn't even put the rest of this in because I'm not even sure if it'll be visible. You probably just simplify the pattern a little bit. There should be more lines in there, but we ain't doing all that. I don't think there's that needs to be done. All right, so it's like a lot of teardrop looking shapes in this pattern, like this. And then, oops. Also, it's getting a little warm in here. Turning on my air. There, air is on. Cool it down a little bit. Get a little warm. You have to draw the pattern in perspective too. Okay, it's a little better. That looks more centered because we added more room. We still had some room over there that we could add. This that's all right. Close enough. Now we can kind of connect some of these lines here. Okay, we can have it come down, maybe like right here. Up. That's kind of similar to what we actually that's very similar to what we're trying to do here. And it's like the same, it's not the same, but it's like a similar pattern that kind of wraps around the front of the chest. I don't know how intricate I should try to make this because there's like I said, there's like a few more lines to draw in there, but um with a prismatic chest, it's hard to tell which one should be bolded and which one shouldn't be because of how it's colored. The coloring does not follow the actual texture at all. It's just mood ring. Thank you. Um, yeah, I think the gold one is easier to follow because it's like dark in here and then gold on the outside. So yeah, it's very very Nintendo 64. Okay. Control. I think we're okay. So we're gonna keep going. Trying to see where we should go next. Yeah, you know what? Oh, okay, I see it is there. It's just hidden by another color, by a whole other color. About this? There. That would be like a darker color, and then this will be the darkest. And as you go out, the top layer will be more gold than the middle, and the bottom layer of the. That's how the embroidery is like leveled like that. It's like a three levels it seems, which is fine because that's how we color. I color in well, actually it's six total. It's three dark and three light. It's what I normally would do. You can do a two tone. You can do flat. It doesn't. That's my preference is light, lighter, lightest, and dark, darker, dark, darkest. That's how I layer it. And then there's highlights, and the line art would be if I leave it in, the line art would be the opposite of the highlights. The ambient occlusion, I guess, would be the darkest shadows. Okay, you know what? Instead of looking around all the time, let's go ahead and just lock it in. We gotta lock it in now. I'm trying to see like, cause I got one that's too dark and I got one that's too bright. That's really the only thing that's. And I did not know that the pattern. There was a pattern on the key lock too. It's interesting. I never really looked at these chests until just now, and we're a little too close. All right, this is when I need to zoom in or zoom out. All right, that's how it goes. That's how it goes right there, just like that. And then on top of that, we have to draw. Okay, that's weird. This is over, but on the other side, it's under. You'll see. There's this thing. This is a very weird chest. The pattern is almost like a fleshy pattern, kind of. It's almost like it's supposed to be a mimic, but it's not. I wonder if I need to know mimics look. I don't know. They have different kinds of mimics now, but uh, I wonder back in the day before there was when there was only just one kind of chest, was there a difference between regular chests and mimics as far as the pattern is concerned? Before you look at it, I'm not sure if that would matter because if a chest is a mimic, usually it kind of despawns and then respawns immediately to become a mimic. A mimic. I don't think you can tell right away. It's not like Dark Souls where you can tell right away if it's a mimic or not just by looking at it. Very, very little subtle things that you look for in Dark Souls, like the way the chain is positioned. You can see it's like slightly breathing just a little bit. Things like that. I don't think that's a thing in um, 11 though. You're not gonna know until it spawns if it's a mimic or not. There were visual tell back in the 75 era. I never really I never had to fight a mimic in those days. I did not use cursed keys. I used skeleton keys. I was a thief. I did do a lot of unlocking chests, but I never had to fight a mimic because I didn't use those type of keys that had a really high chance of spawning mimics. Oh, I had thief tools actually. Didn't even use a skeleton key. I had thief tools. I don't think thief tools spawn mimics. Mimics are quite tough in that game sometimes. Well, they were. Maybe not. I mean, they still are pretty strong, depending on where you fight them. But it's just a little bit annoying if they're not outright tough. Then they're annoying. How about we do that, and then we make this like this. This is a very weird, confusing pattern, but I like it. I actually like this pattern. It's just confusing to draw. About that, and we're getting there. It's coming along. Trove and Omen mimics are pretty rough. Yes, those are like the hardest ones in the game because as soon as he spawns, he uses a instant AOE death move. Okay, and once you survive that, then you gotta fight him regularly, and then he still uses that move at a certain. I think it's either timed intervals or health intervals, like 75, 50, 25, or after every couple minutes. I don't remember because I never made it past the death move. I go in, I try to get the right chest. It's like a Mount Trove is basically you go into a room. There's 10 chests. You open a chest, it has a chance of becoming a mimic. That's it. You get all 10, you get all the prizes that were in that chest. Sometimes during the event, it can become a prismatic chest, which looks like this. This is what we were talking about. Okay, this is a prismatic chest in the event. All right. I don't know if I'm gonna use this color scheme, but this is what I'm essentially using as the reference. Okay. There's other chests too in this game. Here's some examples. This is not in 11, but you got your blue one, you got your gray, your brown one, so on and so forth. And yeah, if during an event the rainbow one can appear, you can just go ahead and open that one. That will never be a mimic. That's a freebie basically. And what you're looking for is the sound it makes when you open it. When you open it, you hear it'll tell you what kind of sound it is. It's like a knock or a bang or a loud thud. Loud thuds are going to get you something really good. Usually most people go in, they open the chest until it becomes a loud thud and then just exit because you can exit at any time. There's like a chest in the center. You open that chest, it ends the game automatically, and you get to keep whatever you open. The last time I played it, I went in, I opened 8 chests. There was 2 chests left. My brain is telling me just quit. I was like, nah, I got it. I can just open that one over there, and then the last chest will never be a mimic. And I opened the second to the last one, the penultimate one. It was a mimic. I lost everything, but you can play it for free for every month. You don't have to do anything more. Other than that, you need Mars orbs, and those cost silver vouchers, which you get by doing certain things. It's like a quest. You get 5 silver vouchers. You can get a Mars orb or a Venus orb for 10, which has a higher chance of higher uh, loot pool. But everyone just does Mars because they go in, get the loud thud, leave. I've gotten 10 2 times on Venus orbs, and I didn't get shit. So, my anecdotal evidence is don't buy Venus orbs because it doesn't really matter. But people get good stuff all the time. I've gotten some good stuff, but it's really random. Last time I went in, Mimic was my first open. Yeah, that happens a lot. That's very common. Very common. I've had that happen to me too. But yeah, the first time I did it solo, I actually got all 10. My heart was pounding because I was certain I was gonna get something good, but I actually didn't get anything. I was like, wow. I was like, all of that for what? And then I kept playing it, and I just kept dying after that. I think I may have gotten it again. Of course, I get close. There are times where I'm on a roll. And the only reason why I kept going the last time I played it was because I did not see a loud thud yet. Otherwise, I would have quit. I didn't get a loud thud at all throughout those 8 chests that I opened. So I don't think I would have gotten anything anyway. But still, I was like, damn. I was like, I ain't getting a loud thud yet. But I was like, I'm at 8. There's 2 chests left. I might as well just open them. And that's what I did. And that ended the game for me. Thank you. Thank you, game. But yeah, it's fun, but Final Fantasy 11 is definitely a test of patience. It's a pretty big test of patience sometimes. Everything takes a long time to do. Um, even nowadays, it still takes a while. You're going to grind it one way or another, and yeah, but it's fun though. I like playing it. I just play it in when I feel like playing it, I play it. That's all. When I'm on a roll, I get things done quickly, but I still like try to do it in moderation. Right now, I'm building up another character. I got all the story done. Now I just need to, but I only have like 2 or 3 jobs leveled to 99. Yeah, Bard, Blue, and Warrior. I'm gonna do all the jobs on this particular character because I'm considering that my main. I have a backup main, which is a Galka or a Rogaden if you're a 14 fan. That has mostly everything. It has very, very good items, but it doesn't. I don't have all the jobs leveled on that one. I missed my Elvon, so I build up my Elvon. That was always my main since the game came out. I made Elvons. I have every one of every race though. Whenever I get bored, I just start a new race. Uh, yeah, this pattern is not even it's not even mirrored correctly. It's different. It's just different everywhere. That's so weird. Yeah, but mimics are jerks. They got a lot of AOE moves. I think there's an AOE curse, weakness, death, of course. Do they use spells? I don't remember, but they suck. Even when you can kill them, they still suck because they'll, curse and weakness are not good. I got a bed from at the time before, still my age after years. I just keep putting it up. What do you use your master ball in Pokemon? You talking about Pokemon? Is this the joke or is this an actual question? Am I being set up for a punchline? What's happening? I need to know the context of that question. Oh, actual Pokemon question. Okay. Um, since Gen 2, I save it. I can tell you the first thing I used it on. The very first thing I used a Master Ball on was an Articuno. I really wanted it. Second time I used it on Mewtwo. I played through that game twice. This is Pokemon Red. Um, then I think I used the rare candy glitch to just have all the Master Balls at one point, but then I had to restart it because that really screws your game up. But after that, I stopped using the Master Ball altogether and went just catch legendaries with a regular Pokeball or Ultra Ball at the. I've done it with a regular Pokeball though, because that was all I had one time. But yes, those are the two Pokemon, the only two Pokemon that I used a Master Ball on. I don't think I did it on the legendaries in Gold and Silver. I'm trying to think. If I did, the most likely one would be Suicune. I think that was the hardest one out of the three to catch. Other than that, yeah, I stopped using the Master Ball because it's you only get one most of the time, and I stopped using them. I always wanted to have it. So you just collect them. Yeah, I got it, and I think you only get one in the first game, right? So I didn't use it. I never used it, but I have used it before though. Last time when I completed my Pokedex, I didn't use that. ball. I just kept it. And that's only because Articuno was low. He wasn't low. He was low enough for me to kill him, but not low enough to catch. So I used the master ball on him because like I was like I don't want to lose this. I was like I want that bird, and I think I already had the other two, so I used the master ball on him. It was definitely my first playthrough though, so I didn't know any better. Yeah, see, this one is under and this one is over. This is what I was trying to show here. And then once I became actually, pretty good at Pokemon, I stopped using the Master Ball altogether because it wasn't needed. I was like, okay, it's a rare item. I'm also just keep it. So I kept it. And I didn't know at the time that Pokemon had another hidden legendary Celebi because I never went to any of the events. And there was no glitch to save you this time, from missing out on that. The first red, blue, and I think yellow had a glitch where you can get Mew without having to get it traded to you by an event person. So that was good. It was easy to complete the Pokedex for red, blue, and yellow. But gold and silver, I don't think they had anything like that. You actually had to go to the event and get Celebi. And I didn't even know Celebi existed until much later in the game, and much later in the I don't know, maybe one day I saw an advertisement for said event and like, hey, you get Celebi like Mew. This is Gold and Silver's version of Mew. Celebi here. Never seen a Celebi. Never played with a Celebi. Don't know how Celebi is in the game. I just know that it exists. And that's it. I don't even know what type it is. I'm sure it's a psychic though. It's always a psychic, isn't it? I could be wrong about that though. I don't know anything about Celebi. That's the one Pokemon I'd never, ever, ever. Well, I mean, there's a lot of Pokemon that fit that list now, but at the time, in gold and when it was just gold and silver and red and blue, that was one Pokemon that I never caught ever. Didn't even know it existed. I think I caught every other Pokemon because my brother had silver, so it was easy for me to just play on his and trade whatever silver had to myself, plus whatever Pokemon I wanted to carry over from red and blue, yellow. I use my Master Ball on any legendary that run or unhittable by false swipe. Yeah, Suicune, NT, and Raikou are uh they're very annoying because they run, but you can always catch them as long as you don't defeat them. You're good. So I didn't bother with the Master Ball there. Is to my knowledge. If I did use one, it was on Suicune because I remember that one was the hardest one for me to catch. I don't remember using it though on in Gold. I think there's another ball that works on the legendaries because you can get the apricots and make specialized balls. I think the heavy balls work on them too. Don't quote me on that though, because it's been years since I played that. One day I'm gonna do a franchise playthrough of Pokemon. I got to be in the mood to play it though. The Pokemon is because it's not they're not all that different from each other, so it's gonna be like an Assassin's Creed situation where if I play through that series, I'm gonna have to take breaks because they're not all that different. And that has happened to me before on Assassin's Creed, so I imagine it will happen again on Pokemon. There's a lot of Pokemons I haven't played. I've only played Generation 1, 2, and 8. So that's a big gap. Big gap. In Violet, I'm sitting on maybe 12 Master Balls. It's good that they're not as rare anymore. So, I mean, in that case, it wouldn't really matter. But back when they just gave you one, I got to the point where I just stopped using them. But at least I remember what I caught with them for the most part. I'm pretty sure I did not use a Master Ball on Gold. I can't. I don't know though. It's been too long, way too long. I never even caught a shiny on Gold. I think I saw one. I was watching. Like I think I told this story before. I was watching TV. I was able to play the game without watching the TV, and I don't remember what I was doing, but I was in Kanto. I was surfing in the sea to Cinnabar Island, and I kept getting into battles, and I remember here and what I was doing. I was just hitting right down and then run away, right? Because I was trying to get through, and I was able to do it like out of my peripheral. I thought I heard the stars go off, but I had it such down to a rhythm. I hit run away, and then I looked because I had already hit the button. It was already fading back to the world map. I thought I saw a shiny tentacle, but I don't know for sure. I don't know if that was like my mind playing tricks on me because I didn't see it. I'm not even sure if I heard it, but I thought I heard a ding, and then I hit run away. I was like, wait a minute, and I was like, oh no. I was like, I hope that wasn't a shiny. I was like, I could have sworn that was a shiny. I could have sworn. I don't know. I'll never know to this day. I'm gonna have to go back in time, um, do the exact same thing because it's all RNG based that I did before, which I automatically wouldn't do. So I don't think I could even replicate that even if I went back in time. I don't even remember the day. I just remember that it was night and that I was watching TV when I was playing Pokemon. Just laying in my bed watching TV. Oh, that's different too. Okay, I guess it's like the side. Suppose. Hey, realness, welcome to the stream. Doing something different today. We're gonna do some channel art. I didn't feel like doing 3D today. But yeah, Pokemon is yeah, I gotta get back into that. It's been a while. Last time was what was it? Let's Go Eevee. I enjoyed playing that. And it was easy for me to get into because it was Gen 1. I know Gen 1. I heard Ruby and Sapphire were good too. I have to play that one day. I got them. I have them. I can play them at any time. I just got, like I said, I got to be in the mood to play them. All right, so I got to make this side. Then make the other side, I guess. Let me see. 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 Let me just do that. I'm trying to make this side. I'll need to see it so I can see it easier. That like that. Okay. Oh, that. Oops. Let me just control Z that. All right. Let me try to spin this down. Oop. Dang it. Dang it. Hmm. No, actually, that tracks. I want to try to set it like this. So let me make this a little bit more. The arch of this match this side a little bit more. But I have to do it in perspective. That's the tricky part. Still slowly working on my complete home decks. It's very daunting. Yeah, I bet. It's a bunch of Pokemon, man. It's a lot. There's so many I haven't even seen. There's so many that some I mean like like when I'm bored, sometimes I go on what is it called? One of those Pokemon websites and look at what they did, what they added, what they changed. I don't get bored often though, so I don't even remember half the time. The most I've done was when I was looking for something to draw for that project that I did, the Pokemon. When I settled on Toxicroak, I was looking through the list then, and it was a lot. It was a lot. I think let's see, that was probably like Gen 6, maybe 5, if that. I think black, it was just black 2 and white 2 at that time. But now they have even more than that. Now they got Sun and Moon, X and Y. It might have just been black, regular black and white, and not even black 2, white 2 yet. I don't know. I don't know nothing. And I think that somebody made an article that Ash finally won one of the tournaments. That's probably like the most I've heard. I was like, all right, he finally won, huh? He's always getting his ass kicked when it comes down to the wire. They sweep his team or something like that, or I don't know, or it's like a close battle. I don't know. I don't even remember how the Indigo Plateau. I know he lost to Gary. I don't even remember what happened though. That's the only one I've seen. I know. I think he won the Orange Islands one, but that's not like the regular league. That's like some side league stuff, right? Dude, he hasn't been in the main. He hasn't been the main character in 4 years. Yeah, he retired, right? I know. I heard of Misty leaving the group. Like I heard like bits and pieces, but I actually haven't watched it anything from the cartoon or the movies, and since I was younger. I did happen to catch Pokemon. It was because it was on when I was asleep, and I remember hearing some of the music from it, and it made me dream about Pokemon for like a couple minutes. And I was like, oh, I haven't played that in so long. And then when Pokemon Heroes came on again, I watched it because of that. But yeah, I don't know what's going on. I think she did leave in Pokemon Heroes or something like that. Pretty sure that was the one. They all like went their separate ways somewhere. And I just remember it being about Latios and Latias. I don't know anything else. I don't even remember what game they're from. Wait, Latios and Latias, weren't they in? They weren't in Gold and Silver, were they? Or were they in Ruby and Sapphire? I don't remember. They were in Smash Brothers. I remember that. That's the only place I know them from. They were in one of the Smash Brothers games. The only reason why I know that because they actually come out of the Pokeball that you could throw. It's a Pokeball. Obviously, it's from Pokemon. I just don't know which one. I like her way more than Ash, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, lots of people do. Most cosplayed, most animated. Most lots of fan art. It might not be all wholesome, but it's she's pretty popular, I must say. Pretty dang popular. Got your side ponytail, you got your cut off yellow shirt with suspenders and hot pants and sneakers. Unless you're playing a game, then she's just wearing a bikini. Oh, I love a game to play as Lyco. The whole story is traveling around the world and learning new skills and solving mysteries. Not Misty Lyco, the new main character. No, what I was saying was in regards to what you said. I like her more than Ash, to be honest. That's what I was talking about. Oh, you mean okay? I see what you're saying. Yeah, I missed a line. Yes, Lyco. Okay, gotcha. Lyco is the new main character. Um, yeah, I missed that. I thought she was still talking about Misty. All right, cool. I don't know anything about Lyco. I can't really say. But I do know that in Gen 8, I think it was the water trainer that people were like goo goo gaga over the Indian looking chick. I remember goo goo gaga. Goo goo gaga. What's the thing? Goo goo gaga. That's like that's the lingo that I use when people are like really invested in a character. They're goo goo gaga. I don't think people say that anymore though. Didn't even get a game as Ash. That's true. You are Red. Red is the first character. He's always been the first character. Um, no Ash game, to my knowledge, anyway. Maybe there is an Ash game. I don't know about it. I don't know. Even Pokemon Trainer from Smash Brothers is not Ash. He's dressed like Ash, kind of, but he's not really Ash. He's just Pokemon Trainer. He kind of sounds like Ash a little bit, but it's not really Ash. Yeah, we did. Pokemon Puzzle League, you played as Ash. That would be the Ash game. Hmm. I never played it, so I don't know. I don't have anything to say about that. Oh, okay, I see. I'm gonna try to make the back match the front a little bit. That is a very intricate looking chest now. Let's see, is this? I think it is slightly off. Maybe I gotta make it a little. No, I think it's good. I think it's good. I don't know. I can't tell. I think I should take this half and kind of move it over a little bit, give it a little bit more length. That's what I'm thinking. Mm, oops. Yeah, I didn't play any. The only other game that I played and enjoyed that isn't the mainline Pokemon series is Pokemon Snap, and I have new Snap. I haven't even touched it yet. I'm gonna play it one day though. I always wanted to. I wanted to. I was really hyped for that game. I never actually played it yet. All right, they're making a new Pokemon Snap. Okay, yeah, cool. I like the first one. First one was really fun to me. Oh yeah, and Pokemon Stadium. And they got some mini games in there too. Those are the only two. Other than and I don't know if you can count Smash Brothers, but you know it has a Pokemon in it, a couple of Pokemon. But it's not really a Pokemon game. You can play as a Pokemon though. Didn't play Pokken. I didn't play Mystery Dungeon. I didn't play Hey You Pikachu. I didn't play any of those. That was like the hype. That was the hype was through the roof when you start making accessories just for Pokemon games, right? Not counting the the ball from Let's Go Eevee. I think that was more of a gimmick than anything, but Pokemon gets their own accessories for games now. I mean, it's always been that way. I don't know these new. I wish they just remade Snap. Yeah. I mean, what would you see? Snap remaking Snap. I think if they now this is probably like well within what I want, right? If they I want them to remake Generation 2 again. And if they had done that after they did Let's Go Eevee, then they could have made Snap 2 be both of those generations. Because I feel like those would be more like I don't know any of the popular ones outside of all the popular ones are in Gen 1, right? I mean, I don't know any if there are any other popular Pokemon outside of Gen 1. Usually when I think of popular Pokemon, they're all in Gen 1. You know, like Charizard, Pikachu, Psyduck, the EVs, all Gen 1 stuff. Besides Espeon and Umbreon and Leafeon, but normally it's Vaporeon or Eevee. Those are like probably the two most popular. Vaporeon for all the wrong reasons, because that was the weakest one of the three. Mine was Jolteon. My favorite was Jolteon, but Jolteon doesn't get nearly as much popularity as Vaporeon or Eevee. Uh, I don't know, Snorlax. You know, when somebody say Snorlax, you know what a Snorlax is. Okay. 7 onward. But my question is, which ones? Like, I'm curious. Um, oh, I know. Isn't Blaziken a one? I don't know. I don't know which one. One of the starters. I can't remember now. I can't remember the name now. Rayquaza wasn't that a popular one? I don't know. Oh, Garchomp. Garchomp was one, right? Garchomp. Nobody cares about Celebi, at least not to my knowledge. Anyway, we're pretty much this is the line art right here. This is pretty much it. I'm gonna do some extra stuff here. Actually, I don't need to do that. Even do some. Let's center this a little bit more. We just gotta make this line art better. That's all. This is basically the sketch. I line arted the sketch. I sketched the line art. Move this to the side. I don't remember what was the last thing that was in there, and I don't want it to be anything that I shouldn't show. Um, Mimikyu, never heard of it. Meowscarada, never heard of it. Fennekin, never heard of that one. Greninja, I know, of course, yes. Oh yeah, Lucario. Wait, that's Gen 2 though. Incineroar, um, that rings a bell. Yeah, Incineroar, yeah. Yeah. That's the Warthog one, right? I think that's the Warthog one. It's not even like I'm open to the newer ones, like the ones after Gen 1 and Gen 2, but everyone, like even Pokemon, they always reference the Gen 1 and maybe sometimes Gen 2. It's not my fault. It's just the way it's done. That's the way they do it. They always put those in the front. Oh yeah, hold on. So I'm saving it now. Just close that clip. Yeah, I think so too. 99. I'm not gonna lie, but uh, yeah, I don't know. Even the emotes on the website, it's mostly Gen 1. And we can look through the global ones right now. It's only like a couple that I don't recognize. Yeah, Charizard. You got your Bulbasaurs. I don't know, man. That's a question I have to ask people who are. Well, I mean, you were one of them who actively play the new ones. You are one, so you would know. Okay, there it is. There's a chest. That's the basis. It's the basis. Basis. I want to do some line weight. I'm not sure though. This is a very. We're kind of just flying by the seat of our pants here. And not playing this at all. Normally, I get like extensive references, things like that, and try to have an understanding. This is just treasure chest in perspective. That's it. Iron Hands or Bisharp. Yeah, I have no idea what that is. I have no idea who they are. I recognize a lot of them. I just don't recognize if I can point out the garbage bag one or the ice cream cone one, and that's only because those designs stand out to me because I don't like them. I don't like them. I personally don't like those designs. I feel like they kind of jumped the shark with those two. And you know what? I kind of was like I wasn't really feeling the designs of Ruby and Sapphire too. They were too much like I don't know. They were too sleek. That's for monsters. They didn't seem like monsters to me. They seemed more like toys. But I mean that's not gonna drive me away from playing it. I just really didn't really. Oh, that's really thick. I don't know if I should do that. That's super thick. We went from what 5 to 10. Let's go 7. I don't want to put that line there. I want to put some light there. I think I'm gonna follow the light source of the reference. Oh, that was a shaky line. What was that? Was that on my? That wasn't on my monitor, was it? That's interesting. Okay, that was just me then. I don't think that would be noticeable at the Pokeball, eggs, and magnet. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. Voltorb was probably very yeah, that was a very unoriginal design. Yes. Um Magnet, yes. I actually think Magneton is okay. Because it was going by a theme. It was an electric Pokemon. That kind of fit with his theme. The eggs, I'm gonna have to agree with you. And I like that Pokemon. That's the funny part. I like that Pokemon, but I gotta agree with you. Yeah, the design was not monster like. Okay, I actually agree with you on that one. And Voltorb, but Magneton, I actually don't have a problem with Magnemite at all. He's not really an object. He's still a thing. He's not an object. Okay, a trash bag is an object. What was the other one I said? Ice cream cone. I don't see that being a monster. That's a thing that you eat. That's something that we made. But then again, there are man-made Pokemon, so I mean, I don't know. That's just not the one. The seal that's just the seal was okay. You don't see that. You don't even see that one over anywhere. You don't see Dugong or Seal. His name is Seal. You don't see them anywhere. He's a seal with a horn. He's literally just an animal. I mean, some animals aren't like, you can't really go you can't get too far with certain animals, right? Like Krabby's just a crab. Yeah. All right. I'm not saying that. I said the only thing that I said was Ruby and Sapphire's designs across the board, they're too sleek. They don't seem, I don't know. They have they got the stripes, they got the I can't explain. I have to like point out what I'm telling you like one by one. But I'm just generalizing it, even though I didn't see the whole roster. But they seemed a little sleek. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Like they didn't seem like monsters across the board. Okay, of course you're gonna have your duds. You're gonna have your designs that just don't fit in any generation. Okay, like I don't like. I'll tell you which ones I don't like from Gen One. That I can remember off the top of my head. Tangela. I did like Electro, but that's only because the look on his face. Voltorb, like obviously Voltorb would be alive before Pokemon or Pokeballs were made, right? So how would he know to disguise himself as a Pokeball if it hasn't been invented yet? That's kind of like a plot hole, right? Because that's part of his Pokedex. They look like Pokeballs on purpose to trap people, right? Um, but if you really think about it, it doesn't make any sense because Pokeballs weren't always around. So what were they before? And if Voltorbs predate Pokeballs, why would trainers make Pokeballs look like Voltorbs? That doesn't that there's something there that doesn't make a lot of sense. Yeah, realness. I mean I feel the other way around. I only like Electro because he always has that shitty grin on his face. That's I even used one briefly, but I'm not a fan of Voltorb really. I'm kind of the opposite, I guess. Um, yeah, Tangela, not a fan of Tangela. I did like Execute, but I agree with you on his design. His design is not inspired at all. And one of the eggs is cracked open. So like how do you explain that? You can't. I can't. I won't. And then you got let's see, what's another design that I don't like? I agree with you on Seal too. Seal is very uninspiring. At least Krabby and Kingler have a big claw. That's kind of, and then they have like an intricate like bone design that it kind of takes it beyond the crab a little bit. Um, I like Slowbro, but he's literally just Slowpoke with an extra shelter that you never see look like that outside of being a Slowbro. Um, so I guess maybe that too. Maybe even Slowpoke because that's just like a big teddy bear with a tail. I guess. Um, doesn't matter which one. I think one Pokemon is okay. Two is too much. Okay, yeah, yeah. We're in agreement on that one. Realness. They should have made that a one evolution Pokemon. I don't like Omanite or Omastar or Kabuto or Kabutops. I never liked those rock Pokemon. Aerodactyl's okay. At least yeah, it has something going for it. But yeah, the other fossil Pokemon kind of suck to me. Never was a fan of them. Rock Water is kind of dumb. It's just in general. Are there any other Rock Waters? No, it was just It was just Omanite and Omastar, right? I didn't like them. Um, I would say I would go on to say realness as far as you said Pokemon Bird Spearow or Pidgeot. One of them could have gone away, and I'm gonna have to go with Pidgeot because Pidgeot was always associated with wind. You know, they had all the wind attacks, and Spearow's more like a pecking dude, like a peck, kind of like Doduo or Dodrio, which is another dumb design. To be honest, I never used that Pokemon ever. I don't like Doduo or Dodrio. So one of those three you could probably do without, and I would vote you keep Pidgeotto, even though he's kind of not that different from all of his evolutions. At least with Spearow and Fearow, you got two distinct evolutions. But Pidgey is just a smaller Pidgeotto, which is just Pidgeot with shorter hair. Did you see my small paragraph about designs? Let me see. Okay, let's see. Ghost Pokemon tend to just possess things, which is why they tend to be objects. Rotom have like 100 forms now. Whoa. I I need to check out this Rotom. Here's the real reason you feel that way. We jumped from limited sprites to 3D models, which gave the artist less restraints. Maybe, maybe. I haven't seen all of the Pokemon, so I can't really say much about it. But um, some of the ones I've seen, they all have that sleek stripe like design. I don't know if that was just legendaries, but I don't know. I have to take a look at it again because like I said, I haven't seen the whole roster, so I can't really generalize it. Trio was OP, really? Yeah, you don't need both. One of the birds can go. One of those beginning birds. I don't even, where do you get Dojo? Duo was like a Safari Zone Pokemon, right? That should have been in the beginning of the game too. If it wasn't already, I actually don't remember. Duo. That was at the beginning of the game, right? Or was that Safari only? I don't remember. Uh in any case, I don't like Do Duo or Do Trio. That should have been another keep one design and just because you can't fly with him, so he's kind of different in that sense. But yeah, I don't know. There's really not much going for that design, to be honest. Uh, I'm well, Farfetch had a good design, but it's like, why use him? He's okay, I guess. I don't know. It's just a what's a platypus? He's a jungler. Drio, Drio. They actually put him in the cartoon. I remember that. I remember watching the cartoon. I was like, I hope they put a the Pokemon that I actually like in it. Sometimes I was disappointed. Uh, I'm trying to think. I was thinking about Paris and Parasect, but I don't know. I think that's okay. You can kind of take that design and try to play with it a little bit. Far fetched. Yeah, yeah. You did. I wasn't a far fetched guy. I'm thinking of it's funny. They always put Goldeen in the cartoon because Misty had a Goldeen and a Sea King. But I didn't really care for that Pokemon, to be honest. You already had Magikarp, and Magikarp actually becomes really useful when he evolves, right? Or very, very dangerous, very powerful. Starts off super weak, but if you stick with him, there's a reward with that. But with Goldeen and Sea King, he's very mid, you know, design wise and gameplay wise. Oh, really? I did not know that. wasted a move on him and taught him cut. He's the only. I remember him being the only Pokemon that had Leak Slap, and it didn't. It wasn't anything special. It wasn't anything to write home about. I'd tell you another Pokemon that didn't need an evolution. I would say Muck. Keep Muck and lose Grimer because he didn't really change all that much, or make him evolve into a trash. Don't mind me. I don't mean that. I'm just playing around. Anyway, I don't know. There's not much going on there either. But I don't have a problem with Grimer and Muck. It's just I'm just spitballing here. Seeking is better now because it gets Giga Horn and Giga Impact. Oh, speaking of that, Horsey. Never was not a Horsey fan at all. Horsey or Seadra. Maybe keep Seadra or Horsey, but not both. That should have been like a one evolution. I never used Horsey. No, actually, no, that's a lie. I did use Seadra before. Muck. I like Muck too. But design wise, the his pre and post evolution are it's just him but bigger. I think what Grimer has two small hands and then Gruck has the one big arm. I think that's what the only difference was. And he's bigger. I don't know. I'm going off of pure memory here. I mean, last time I played this game was, counting Let's Go Eevee was 2018. So I'm trying to think with the Gen 1, there was a time where I could name them all in order. Because, for about what 2 or 3 years, that was the one Pokemon game that, well, besides Stadium and all that, the one mainline Pokemon game that everyone had was Red, Blue, or Yellow. Um, Now I don't kind of don't remember now. Who else was Gen 1 that I didn't like? I was never a fan of Taurus. Not a fan of Taurus. He has a boring design too. He's just a buffalo with three tails. Big deal. Actually, you know what? Let me do this. I want to do just one of those lines all the way across, and it should be this one. Just go straight them all across, like so. Muck flips you off. Oh yeah, I forgot about Kingdra 99. Yeah. All right. Okay. 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 And I was going to say Poly Poliwag is okay. Poliwhirl, Poliwrath. One of those. That's another Pokemon I'm not really feeling too much. Um, but it does have Politoed, which is completely different looking. So you could probably go Poliwag, Politoed, but Poliwhirl and Poliwrath aren't too different. And that dumb swirl in the beginning, in the middle of their body, is just. I'm not really a big. I was never really a big fan of that particular Pokemon. That's one that you don't see. He's gone. He's by the wayside somewhere. You don't really see that Pokemon too much. Actually, no, I gotta put this one back in because this is the this is the bottom. Probably shouldn't use the same line thickness for this one in particular. But there will be shadow under this, so we gotta thicken that. This one should be a thinner line. Or no, or better yet, maybe get rid of this line and make this line thinner. Maybe. Polys? No, I can't say I do. It's that swirl, man. It takes up most of the design. It's like, and he got the big white gloves too. um, I like Staryu and Starmie, but they're basically just basic geometry designs. Well, I don't know. Is a star geometry? Is that a legitimate geometry? Anyway, it's just a shape at the end of it. Excadrill? Which one is Excadrill? Oh, I've seen this one. Okay, Excadrill. He looks familiar anyway. Take a look. Yeah, Excadrill. This is actually Excadrill. If you don't know, this is what he looks like. This guy right here. No, I don't actually. You know what? I don't think I've ever seen this one. Excadrill. Yeah. Which one is he in? Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Black, white, and black two, white two. Yeah, I've never seen this Pokemon. Oh, he has Drillbur. He has a pre-evolution too. Ground and Steel. Let me see. Is there any other Pokemon from Gen 1 that I'm not a fan of really? um Magmar. And there's nothing with them design right. I don't think their designs are inherently bad besides his butt head, but I was thinking of no, actually I don't have a problem with Electabuzz's design. I just don't like him. I don't know. I don't know. There's something about him I'm just not feeling. Could be his shape, like his overall silhouette just looks weird to me. I don't know. I'm not a fan of Magmar or Electabuzz or Kid. He's just a plug. He's literally just a plug with legs. I played with Jinx, but I don't like Jinx's design, and not because people think it's racist. I'm just not a fan of that design. Um, I like Shelter and Cloister is okay, I guess. There's really nothing you can do about Jinx. Like no one. I want to see R.J. Palmer do a redesign of Jinx. Like, what would you? How are you going to do that? What are you going to do? What is anybody going to do? You can't make it like a gorilla in a dress because that's going to make it even more racist. Like, what's the closest animal that you can make a Jinx? I don't know. I don't think you can. I think that's one you just leave alone. I guess. I don't know. Butthead Magmar, yeah. Chansey, yeah. Chansey. I'm not. There's not a fairy Pokemon that I can say that. Hey, yeah, I like this one. I don't know. I'm not really a fan of any of them. It took me a long time to warm up the Jigglypuff. But when I play with him in Smash Brothers, he's actually pretty fun to play in Smash Brothers. But I would not put that in my lineup. I would not put a Jigglypuff in my lineup in Pokemon. It's like I tend to go towards the more cooler looking designs, more badass designs, I guess. The cutesy ones is not really. Besides Eevee, I guess Eevee would be the closest one. I'm okay with that one in particular, but um, I like Raichu more than Pikachu. You know, I only stuck with Pikachu because Yellow. If you evolve him in Yellow, he doesn't follow you. He doesn't make the sounds anymore. He's just Raichu now. Like they didn't account for that. They should have just made it like Let's Go where you can't even evolve him. But I tried to evolve my Eevee because his cuteness is like, okay, all right, you know what? Let me just evolve him now. And then they're like, nah, you can't evolve him. I was like, oh, of course not. Why did I even believe that you could evolve him in the first place? I thought we were past this. Okay, we're in the future now. You still won't let me evolve my QT starter. Blissey. Chansey is just stressed out Kirby. Cinder Ace. Hey, his name is Ace. Cinder Ace. Toxtricity. I don't know that one. Hold on, let me see. That is a funky name. Toxtricity. Let's see. I said Tox. Why isn't that coming up? It's not coming up. Why is that? Tox. What the heck? I know Toxicroak exists. Why isn't that not coming? Search across our whole. Yes, I see that. Where's the? Okay, let's go back to Google. Forget this. The site's not coming up for that particular Pokemon. Hey, Low Base, welcome to the stream. I'm just drawing some stuff. Drawing a treasure chest. I didn't feel like doing my art or my 3D on the stream today, so we're just doing some basic 2D stuff. What the heck is going on here? Toxtricity. There we go. Finally, I'm looking at Pokemon, talking. Oh, okay. I see. I see. I see. This is a Toxtricity, by the way. Yeah. I don't know if I've seen this one. Now, why wouldn't that come up in the freaking site? And I guess this is a shiny. Is this a shiny? Shiny Toxtricity. He looks very, very relaxed, bored even. I can use some treasure. Yeah, we couldn't. We can't. We all. Yeah, I'm gonna make some treasure. Make a treasure chest. It's for the channel. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna use it for yet. I was thinking of like a maybe like a badge or maybe an emote. But I have other ideas for emotes too. But yeah, we're just doing some really simple stuff here. Um, how are you doing, low base guy? No, there's normal and amped colors. Both forms have shiny forms. Oh, okay. Oh, what's the shiny color? Oh, never mind. This is the shiny color. Found it. That's the shiny color right there, the one in the center. This very 80s color scheme here. So he's poison electric. That is a weird combo, by the way. I want to make these lines not as bold as this. Maybe how about a four, huh? How about we do a four? Yeah, I guess. Tired and frustrated. It has been a lousy last 3 days. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Hope the rest of the week gets better for you. I'm doing okay. I gotta check on my mom here soon because she has a fever. I'm gonna make sure she's all right. I'm gonna go over her house in a few. And, make sure she's okay. She got sick this past weekend. All but a couple combo have been made. I believe the last interesting combo is Ghost Rock. They haven't been used yet. Do they have a Fairy Electric? Huh? Is that it? Do they have a uh do they have a they probably have that. Let me do they have a do they have a no, they got that too, don't they? A Dark Fairy? I'm pretty sure they do. That's really easy. Really, really easy. Where's the Fairy Electric? I want to see the Fairy Electric now. Show it to me. I don't think they got one. How about a Psychic Electric? Now that's probably something that exists too, right? Show me the money. Oh yeah, let's see. I want to see. Okay, I'm gonna X that out. What the heck's going on there? What did you say? D. Oh yeah, the Dene. Is that it? He looks just like Raichu. What? Why did they make another Raichu? What is this? Oh yeah. He is Electric Fairy. Yeah. All right, you got that. Here's what he look like. He looks just like a Raichu. I think they're running out of ideas here. Oh, really? Alolan Raichu is a Psychic Electric? Yeah, that makes sense actually because I saw a picture of him riding his his tail like a surfboard. His tail isn't sharp, which means I think that was like a thing like the male and the female uh like the male tail has a sharp electric bolt and the female has a like a more rounded one. But Alolan Raichu is rounded even more. So I don't know what the difference is with that one, but I don't know. I drew Toxic Croak on your request. I don't know anymore. That has nothing to do with what I just said. But I'm just saying. Um, Electric rodents just have the cheeks for some design shorthands. I like the canceled third evolution of Raichu that was never released. They should release that. Now this one is really cool. Why didn't they bring that one? This. If they would have they left this guy in, I would definitely main Pikachu. This guy would always be a part of it. Look at this. This is really cool. He could be fire electric. Is there a fire electric? Is there a fire electric? Is there? This was unused. This is an unused Pokemon. This is probably one of the best canceled Pokemon designs I've ever seen, in my opinion. It just fits. Red, yellow, and white color scheme. I guess got brown in there too, but his name was Gorochu. Look like he's gonna kick somebody's ass. Where's Electric Fire? 99. They got that? Huh? They got Electric Fire. They got a Ghost Cop. They got a Vampire Cop. They got a Dragon Cop. Oven Rotom. SSJ5 Pikachu. Yeah. Yeah, that's I think that I don't know. I really like that. It's too bad they never used it. That looks pretty dope to me. Like I would draw that. I should draw that. I'm a fan of that design, but it's not used, so womp womp. I'm telling you, everything is covered but Ghost and Rock. Ghost and Rock? Alright, you got it. You got it. Let's see. Let's see what Rotan looks like though. Oh, okay. I'm not sure if I've seen this one before. This is Rotam. And like he's got, oh my god, he's just a washing machine, a refrigerator, a mower, a fan. Okay, all right, got it. And was this a microwave or a toaster? That's funny. He's Generation 4. Oh yeah, he's in Ruby and Sapphire. That's why I don't know him. Most of that roster is, see, this is a sleek design. They're all sleek, non-monster like designs. He's just like a, I don't know, they're just objects. This is what I was talking about. This is across. This, I bet you, I'm willing to bet it's across the board. I don't know why that's not working. With, I'm gonna look at the whole roster just to confirm my previous suspicions about Gen 4, or was it Gen 3? I don't know. That's a Diamond and Pearl, right? The Gen 4. Whichever one had I gotta check because I don't even know which one it is. Rocks don't die. It's also the Pokedex in most games. Oh, it's also the Pokedex. That's funny. Actually, no, I don't know. I mean, on one hand, yes, it kind of goes into what I was saying earlier about the designs being sleek and unmonster like, but I kind of like that one. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. Something about it. Maybe if they didn't start off as mostly monsters, it wouldn't be a big issue. There's only a very, and it could be just an artist thing, the artist they had. I do like the original artist of Pokemon, but I'll there's only very few non-monster like you said. There's Magnemite, the Magnemite line, Voltorb line. You got some that are just shapes like Staryu. But that's a starfish. I mean, you can kind of forgive that, right? And then you got yeah, we're mostly just based off of animals, right? I don't know what Tangle is based off of. It's just a ball of tentacles for the most part. But there's very few, and they kind of lean towards the more object design Pokemon in later things. They kind of lost that And I think the reason for that is because they that artist that they had in Gen 1 just they don't use that artist anymore. I think that might be the part of it. So, what was the name of that artist that Generation 1? I forget the name. I used to know it. Um, oh, Ken Sugimori. He's still alive, right? Maybe that's yeah, he's still alive. Manga artist. I like his style a lot, and he designed a lot of the earlier Pokemon, and it shows like this very I don't know. It's like almost like a kind of like a watercolor or like a watercolor design, I guess. I really like that design because I was a fan of watercolor. I think you are too, 99. I can never forgive. What? What's happening? What did I say? Um, they are looking at the people who are like Pokemon are just objects. They're looking at ghost types. Like they still follow the same design rules. They just don't have to limit to sprites, and they have more typing short hands. Yeah, it could just be me being a boomer, but I do like this artist's style. That's part of it too. Like he didn't draw this. He did not draw this. Ken Sugimori did not draw this, but it looks okay. You know, looks like a monster at least. I've never seen this before. I think I have that game too. Now this, I don't like this. This is Blastoise if he was drawn in Ruby. That's what it looks like to me. A little too, I don't know. I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. When you look at 1025 designs and only ones you don't like, it's easy to point out the handful of bad ones. Yeah, yeah, I get it. I'm like, I'm that's not a. I'm trying not to make it a general statement, across the entire generation because I haven't seen them all. I can't really do that. But those types of designs, I'm not. I don't really feel them. Those are in game. Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, like, I don't like the way this looks. It looks like a Digimon. I don't know. That's not even a Digimon. It looks something else. Like, look, compared to this, that's the original Blastoise. He just looks better like this. And then the Gigantamax one, he's a little too sleek. It could just be an art thing. I don't know. Like, there's nothing wrong with the art itself. I don't like this design. They just gave him more guns. I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. Sorry, okay. Let's take a look at his what is this? What is this? I feel like they kind of I don't know. I really like Blastoise as a concept. It's just what they chose to do to him after this. He looks like a monster here. I think it's just an art thing, honestly. I think it's more of the art style than anything. Like that looks really cool, but this might be just a little too far with the guns. Okay, chill with the guns. Chill. His shell just looks weird. This has got a whole. What is this? A power plant? A water plant? It's even have smoke around it. He doesn't even. I don't know. They're moving away from his typing with this. That's running out of. Yeah, I know what it is. Yeah, I'm just saying. Like this. Look. This is the same art style, but at least he looks like a monster. I don't have a problem with this. This looks all right. I'll be right back. Okay. Got some mail at the door. Let me turn this off. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I got some stuff for a home gym. It showed up today. Hit the rock pile. That's what I'm gonna do. Hit the rock pile once again. All right. Okay. Yes, I get it. I get that I'm comparing regular with Gigantamax, but I'm looking more of the art at the art style itself. I'm trying to determine whether or not it's just a style or an art style choice. You know, a design choice or an art style choice that I'm not agreeing with. I understand what I'm looking at. That was a mega evolution, by the way. It wasn't Gigantamax. Cantonians. Yeah. Well, you know, they actually addressed that in the story. Um, I'm sorry, the ads just started. I don't know if you can hear me, but wait, where the heck is? Oh, there it is. Yeah, hold on. I'll continue. I'm gonna continue what I was saying. I don't know if Realness can hear me because I wanted to address what he said. Um, I gotta get back into position here. Okay. Hurt, pain. No, there's no pain. Anyway, all right, where we at here? We need to fully get all situated here. Okay. All right. Um, do you have a resolution example of what Twitch will compress it to? No, I do not. I literally just, hey, Tunas, welcome to the stream. How you doing today? Hey, everybody, check out Tuna's channel. I didn't realize you. I know you said you streamed in the past. I didn't know you were streaming recently. But check out Tuna's channel. Give him a follow if you like. I was lurking in your stream not too long ago. Uh, uh, just making a treasure chest. How you doing? Um, Jawsome. Um, what was it? It was let's see, let's go to emotes here. Okay, I got some open slots here. It's not telling me the resolution though. Wait, there's tier emotes for bits? I haven't thought about that. I don't even know if that's a if I'm if that's ever going to be a thing. You know, I'm just trying to just add something to something. One animated emote slot. Okay, I know what that's going to be. Maybe. Actually, I don't know. Nah, I don't know. I guess I could probably do a dance emote. I'm just trying to make stuff for emotes here. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Heroes V, yeah. Heroes 5, sorry. I guess I could do the proper thing here. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Thank you, 99. Thank you. Thank you for doing that for me. Yeah. All right. I'm just trying to move stuff back, you know, getting up kind of because I have my tablet is closer to me now, which is why you can see the light. I kind of have to fit my legs under it because I have my legs up. That's it's much easier than being in a sitting position for hours. I can at least be like in a semi laying position and kind of take some of the weight off my buttocks. Did that? Yes, yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Heroes 5 campaign maybe today. Okay, no problem. I'll try to check it out if I can. Okay, okay, my timer's broken. I'm pretty sure 3 minutes have passed. Realness. They were cut off from the world. They had just like by the time Gen 4 rolls around, they just got internet. That's where they're at. Realness. Um, they're just they're not as advanced as the rest of the world. It's Bill. Bill is like he's laying the pipelines, the cable lines across the ocean to try to get everybody connected up. Bill is important to the Pokemon world. Okay, you only know him as that guy from from sitting on the cape next to Cerulean City or whatever the heck, but he's actually like he's like one of their important people. Yeah, there was a war. There's a lot of conspiracy. That's like you're going down in a rabbit hole when you try to research that. But uh, yeah, there's a war and there's all kinds of stuff that they don't really explain, but it's implied heavily. But what is explained in Fire Red is yeah, they're hooking up to all the other they're in the process of hooking up to everything, so they didn't know everything about Pokemon. I don't know how they I'm pretty sure that you can travel through land to the other continent, so I don't know I got to look at another map, but I'm pretty sure that they share a continent with a couple of other things, so a couple of other cities, so it shouldn't be just 150 Pokemon there. And they kind of, as the time goes on, they do start mixing them a little bit. They started seeing you start seeing Gen 2 and the Gen 1 areas in Gen 2. I did try out Heroes 5.5 mod, which people said the way to play the game. Oh yeah, was it like just game like it's like minor gameplay changes or like whole additions to it? I said I've never played. Like I said, I've never played that series, so I have no idea what. I didn't even know they had a modded scene. Yeah, I gotta look at the. I'm gonna look at the generation as a whole. I mean, looking at it at a glance, it seemed like the designs weren't too um pleasing to my eye, but I don't know. It could just be a few, you know. You played Doom, right? I played Doom 3, yeah. I don't know if that counts though. I know there are people out there who kind of don't they don't like Doom 3 more than Doom 2 or Doom or Final Doom or all the other Dooms. Doom 64 even. But I've only played Doom 3. I'm sorry. So sorry. I was more of a GoldenEye, Perfect Dark, Unreal, Quake type guy. The official timeline is weird. So many of the games happen at the same time, and there's like three timelines. Yeah, it's just. I'm sure some of it is just them trying to explain retcons and whatnot. But it's as they say, it's not that deep. So they can give a throwaway line or two, like, oh, okay, yeah, all right, I accept it. It's not that type of game where you're at least not to my knowledge, where you're like trying to find out why this happened in the story or whatever. It's just flavor text more than anything. There's like nothing. There's no mystery behind why the towers burned down or whatever. Ho whatever. They pretty much explain everything right there. Because it's just about catching and getting all the badges and winning the thing. There's not really a deeper story than that. At least I don't know, maybe that changed in Crystal because I know they added more story in Crystal, and with Fire Red, it's a whole thing with just trying to stop Team Rocket for good. But even that is not as in depth as a typical story. The best way I can describe it is like expecting a smooth Doom as the mod and getting brutal Doom instead. Okay, I got you. Yeah, I've seen videos of all the different types of Doom. I follow people on YouTube who review those types of games, so I have an idea of what that's like. And yes, I would say that they pretty much live up to their name. Once they added time travel in Ultra Dimension, there's no continuity in Pokemon. Anything goes at any time for any reason. Well, yeah, there you go. But yeah, one day I'm gonna play through them again. I don't know much about I don't know anything beyond Gen 2 and even Gen 8 even I feel like I'm like I don't even whatever's going on, I'm just getting the badges, okay? My goal is to get shiny dragons, okay? And very daunting getting shinies the normal way, but I'm gonna do it. I should probably just beat the game first though. Yeah, I'm trying to see what I saw the resolution example somewhere, but it does not say. Can I delete the hype emote? I don't want that. That's a standard emote. I don't need a hype emote, or at least not that hype emote. Maybe I can make something else my hype emote. Oh yeah, I can remove it. Okay. I have 2 slots here. Use new Matsuda method is not outdated. Okay, that's still the best way to get a shiny. I just don't have the charm. It's a 1 in 60 chance. Okay, I just gotta make. No, that's not how it works. But in on paper, I should have 1 in 60 hashes. Okay, but even though that's not always going to be the case, it actually won't even normally be the case. But on paper, it should be the case. No, it's not, Ace. It's not the best way. The Matsuda method is not the best way. Yes, it is. That has always been the best way since Gen 2. Okay? You can't tell me anything. No, I'm joking. Outbreaks or chaining. Wait, are there out? All right. Just got on the plane. I'm out. All right. Have a good, safe flight there, realness. Catch you later. Thanks for stopping by. Um, Yeah, do they have outbreaks in Gen 8 and Sword and Shield? I don't remember that actually. I don't remember that being a thing. But then again, it's been I haven't played it in like 2 years and I still haven't beaten it. So you really gotta get on top of that. uh they have had outbreaks since Gen 3. I no, they had Pokeris in Gen 2. So really, just since Gen 2, I remember that because they tell you the radio stations tell you when there's an outbreak. I specifically remember that started in Gen 2. It's been proven time and again that chains and outbreaks are the best way. Yeah, I remember you telling me that catch rates didn't work the same as it did in Let's Go. It was really easy getting shinies in that game because all you really had to do was just keep catching them and it would work. But they always made breeding the best way. I don't know, man. I gotta look into it again. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know nothing. All right. I'm just a dude who found his Pokedex in the river behind Cerulean City that he dropped there uh many years ago, and he thought it was just gonna be there forever. He went back and got it, all right, and he's filling it again. That's all I am. Okay. That's what I'm doing. That's what we're about. Okay, so I want this line here. Beyond that, I don't know nothing. Okay. You'll get there one day. We got to get you back into some games. Yeah. I want a living Pokedex too, but that's a lot of work. I don't even have Pokemon Home or Bank or whatever the heck I need. I don't have none of that. So, ooh, almost hit close. That would have sucked. I'm sure they would have asked me if I would have saved if I wanted to save, but that still would have sucked. I think all we need to do now is just color it. I think this is fine. I don't know if these lines here will translate with. I mean, we have stuff to color them, but this is a template. I can worry about the color later. Also, some of these lines are not to specification there. That's essentially the chest, the treasure chest. I gotta make a wooden one too, which will be easy. You know what I should have done was let's see. This is what I gotta take and make the wooden version of the chest as well, the treasure chest. We like our loot here. We like loot. We like collecting loot in games. Okay, that's what we like doing. It's there's a game stack. Okay, it's hard balancing it. Once it gets by, I say once it gets past like 4 games for me, like I'm playing 4 games at once. Sometimes it gets hard to balance because there's always one. It's like at number one. That's the one you want to play, right? And then I think right now I got two tied at number one, so it's kind of hard for me to add anything right now. But I'm playing. I got freaking Alien Isolation on the back burner. Okay, when I do finally go back to that game, I might just start over because I don't even remember what the heck I was doing. And we have our co-op stuff. I got Shadow Hearts. There were others too. What was it? I got Minecraft and 11 is probably tied at one right now. There were some others. There's some other games too that I wanted to have in a rotation, but like I said, it's hard balancing them. As a matter of fact, it's so hard I can't even tell you what they are right now. I'm trying to play a stream game, a personal game, and a co-op game. Yeah, I don't. Well, right now, I guess 11 will be the personal game, and I'm gonna eventually stream that um, when I do the Final Fantasy playthrough. So this is the chest. It just has to be colored. I don't think I need to do this in grayscale. That none of those details is going to be shown at the size that it's going to be at. Um, I might do a few more of these. I think I probably might either start adding more 2D into the 3D because we're going to be in the part where we're just going to be in menus for Blender and doing in the UV editor or the other mode that I can't think of right now where you take the lines and connect them. I can't think of the name right now. But in that mode, all that stuff's super easy. Won't take very long, and then coloring and all that stuff. So we're almost at the end of doing this sculpt here. I want to get all that on camera, and then after that, I think I've said this before. You're just going to see snippets of each successive thing because I'm gonna start going fast. I'm not gonna save anything for stream, which is what I've been doing. It's kind of the reason why we've been moving a little slow. But once I get the entire workflow shown, then we're gonna start adding other stuff in for our art. Okay. We're not done with this. Okay, but I'm gonna stop it here for now. Um, I am going to go over my mom's and check on her, make sure she's okay. Thank you all for. Oh wait, hold on. Let me read your. I Can Fail, Dead Island, and Oracles of Seasons. Yeah, I can't wait to start playing Zelda again. But thank you all for stopping by, hanging out with me today. I'm gonna try to come back tomorrow and stream, and we're gonna be doing, of course, our art. I'm sorry I didn't do my art stream for Monday or yesterday, but hopefully we'll have a better scheduling. Okay. Thanks a lot, everyone. I will see you tomorrow morning, hopefully. And if not, I will catch you again on Friday.